Two.
Welcome to Dragon Friends.
Whoa. That was the genuine one.
Yeah, we were
Really snuck up on us that time.
Hey, you
Spicy.
sneaky little...
show where a quintet of Australian dickheads play Dungeons and Dragons.
A
Is that fair?
quintet.
Yeah.
Quintet.
Little
That's fancy.
word.
Ah.
If you are watching this in America, it is probably 2 a.m. where you are now.
Go to bed.
You are
This is
not.
Which coast is that? Which coast is
girl.
2
You
a.m.?
can watch people play D&D online, but it's not going to make you not feel lonely. Sorry.
Let us know in the chat.
Whoa!
Let us know in the
Dave.
chat where you're from, which coast you're watching from, if you're in America, or if you're in Europe or somewhere else, just let us know.
Yeah.
Or if you're in Australia.
There is nowhere else in the world.
Yeah,
Let's find
anywhere
who's
else.
the closest to us in Sydney and who is the furthest to us.
furthest away from us in the world. That's
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
All right, work it out.
But hello,
Morning,
we're the Dragon Friends.
Super
Yeah.
rolling.
This is the second time recently that we've been on the channel, so we might go around and introduce ourselves. This is for people that know our podcast. They may not know these characters. This is our Twitch adventure of the Beef Babes. So do we want to go around quickly introduce ourselves and the characters that we play?
Hell yeah. Starting with me. My name's Alex Lee, and I'm playing Bethany Smiles. She's a paladin tiefling, and she's just been sent to hell by someone who betrayed her in her religion, and she hasn't really dealt with it yet.
Hail no one indeed.
Hell no one.
no one.
I'm Michael Hing. I'm playing the half-elf warlock Freezer, who you might know from the podcast. High elf warlock, half-elf warlock.
High elf.
High elf warlock.
With just a little bit of you myself.
Yes, and I was imprisoned in what in my mind was 16 years or so by Mistra, and Friezo is now adventuring with the Beef Babes, and also he's in hell. Also has a blood strife curse on him, so he's going to start losing hit points pretty soon.
So much to know.
Yeah.
I'm Aiden Lacey. I'll be playing Bushu, the Dragonborn sorcerer, but also I'll be doing some voices of some NPCs tonight.
And Bushu used to be Friezo's familiar
Yes, so they've got a.
from the podcast.
There's tension. It's a tense relationship. It's
My goodness, yes.
It's sexual. It crackles
It's
with
not
sexuality.
sexy, it's just-
electric.
it's a non.
Mamma mia, that's a good, spicy electricity of sex. As they say, where I'm from, Sydney. I'm Simon. I play Kit Gingerson. He's a big old kitty cat who's also a barbarian. And that's all I have to say about
He's got
that.
a voice as well.
Yeah, he talks like a mellow foghorn leghorn. Don't make me...
I say.
And I am Dave Harmon, Dungeon Master of
Dungeon
this adventure.
Daddy.
AKA
Dungeon
Harmon.
Daddy.
AKA
Big Papa.
Big Papa Dave, Dungeon Daddy Dave,
Yay.
and a lot of other names that I hate.
Oh, what's the most hated one?
Oh,
I
Rusty's
think-
here. Hello, Rusty. Sorry. That's my
I
friend.
would say I think
Ah, Russell Crowe.
I don't like Dungeon Daddy Dave, which is a new one that Twitch has started using because
I
I.
heard that Twitch Dungeon Daddy Dave at every mention.
Yeah, he
Oh,
doesn't
yes.
like it.
Doesn't like it.
If you are subscribing to our channel as well, we have a lot of really cool sub emotes that were made by Tom Walker. So can we get some Toms up in the chat?
in the
If
Tom's
there's
in the
anyone,
chat.
anyone from our chat
Chat.
normally?
Tom's in the chat. If you know that Tom is recording his stand-up special for Amazon this very weekend in
Yeah,
Melbourne.
boom, boom, boom,
Yeah,
boom.
if you're in Melbourne, go
Proud
see
of our
him.
boy.
See that?
Go egg him.
Well, I think
Oh.
we're just about ready to start playing some D&D.
Let's
do
do
it.
it.
All right. So, some love a sunburnt country, a land of sweeping plains, but those
Hey.
lucky poets have likely never visited Avernus, that blasted ring of fire and fury that makes up the first level of the planar hells. The Beef Babes have found themselves in that unhappy place as a result of a foul betrayal by the king priest of Hestavar, a holy city in the blessed heavens far above you. Banished for a crime that you did not commit, you find yourselves with no food, precious few supplies, and increasingly little hit points with no plans to get home. Friezofferson, High Elf Warlock. This is but another bump in a long journey home for you, a journey that began 16 years ago in Castle Ravenloft. But for your new companions, this has become quite a blow, particularly you, Bethany Smiles, apostate paladin of a god that seems to have abandoned you. Things have rarely brought you this low. And yet, there are friends to be made even in this godless blasted place. A small band of imps has befriended the four of you and offered you a ride back to the camp of their masters, a group that you have only heard described of as the Riders of Doom. The boss imp, a nervous fellow called Philip, also promised you, Friezo,
Ah, yes.
an introduction to a new contact when you came to camp, someone that might be able to help you with the blood strife curse that is even now worming its way into your heart.
What? Is
Well-
that how it works?
Yeah, your
An
blood.
aortic disease?
Yeah, it's like a
Just,
cone.
it's just cholesterol?
Your-
Is that what blood strain is? It's just cholesterol?
Your blood turns sluggish and torporish.
That's cholesterol.
Yeah.
Gets heavy and dank.
Torporish?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know. Is that,
That-
chat? Is torporish a word?
Well, torpor is a
not-
word.
I'm not.
Torpor.
confident-
Torpor.
Wait, has Amaya written something that's already been deleted by a mod?
Yep. Hum is being.
Um,
Congratulations! Your girlfriend and common law wife is in the chat.
He does not respect what I do or what this is. And she's posted something which the mods have deleted. That's
Hum is
great.
hanging out with Shakira Khan, our producer, in the other room.
If you want to be dirty, head over to the Dragon Friends channel and you can
Oh,
say
yeah.
whatever
It's a real
you want
no
in that
holds
chat.
barred over there.
Just scream into the void.
Yes.
Also, subscribe to our Dragon Friends channel.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not?
There is a loud cough and a splutter, and foul-smelling smoke seeps through the scavenger's cab, the bus that you're all in. Philip kicks the engine in irritation as it slows to a crawl and finally stalls, only a short distance away from the scene of the battle that you have just partaken in. You are still miles from camp as he slowly gets up from his seat.
All right, everybody get off. It's busted. I've got to go. It's not working, as you can see.
What does it need?
Busted.
Is that the voice? Because that's not the voice Ben did for Philip.
Yeah, but I didn't watch back, so this is what it's going to be now.
All right, I like it.
On.
What is
You don't
the?
I like it.
You seem like a smart imp.
Yeah, thank you very much.
What's wrong with the? What is wrong with the old bus?
Well, why don't you, first of all, this is I hate to say it, but this is an arcane machine.
Is it? Arcana check it is, baby. That is a 19 plus.
Doesn't this tell you if it's arcane or not?
24.
So
The bus is magical in origin.
no, but you can tell a little bit more from an arcana check. You don't know exactly what powers it, but it seems that the engines are running red hot. It looks like from the sound of the engines that they're very unhappy, like the fuel is very low.
Unhappy. They're sad engines.
Well, yeah, they're
The
probably
fuel is low.
Yeah.
Interesting. What kind of fuel do you put in the old school bus?
Well, look, you know, coins is the best thing. Put a bit of money in, but
Coins?
Yeah, but as we're running now, Icor, blood,
Ika?
Ica,
You're gonna let him get away with that?
Icor.
That was two incorrect pronunciations.
Yeah.
it's all right.
It's
There are a lot of hard
Yeah,
words,
great
Eden.
word.
No,
and I think
also-
it's really good that you gave it a go.
Yeah, Eden
'Cause
spent a lot
that's
of
how
time
you
living in
learn.
America.
He said
as well,
Ecor.
so
He
no,
said
he's-
Ecor.
he's-
Icor.
No, we could do it. If I had done that, you would have
Dave.
done a whole thing about like
Dave,
internet
don't.
startups.
Yeah, we would have.
And-
Anyway,
Come on, Dave.
there's a double standard, Dave.
Yeah, Dave, it's a double
All right.
standard.
Well, as long as we all admit it.
Also, Ica is an
So,
word.
demonic Ica, which is to say the fetid blood of
Shadow imp?
demons. Yeah, exactly. Demons that die in the abyss. They sort of rot quickly into these puddles of goop, which they use in their engines. They also use soul coins, which
Okay.
is a kind of a coin minted down with a soul in it.
Okay, what we need to do then is Bear Grylls this. That's my understanding of what.
Piss in it?
Drink our own piss.
Well, okay.
Can't believe even the chat is saying that I'm being a bully to Eden.
Thank you, chat.
If
for
everyone
defending
wants
me
to piss
from the
into
brute,
a
David
glass
Hum.
and then drink their own piss, that's step one, obviously.
What
But step two,
What are you talking about?
it's Bear Grylls
Why would
situation.
you do that?
Step two is
Wait.
What is
We're gonna-
what is Bear Grylls?
Yeah, what's that?
It's like when I was in Tokyo in 2075. I watched a show that was popular about 80 years before that.
What's Tokyo?
Well, look, it's not important. All right. What we need to do is catch a demon, then milk it for its blood, and then that'll power the bus. All right.
A tale as old as time.
Now, again, only a few minutes down the road, there are two shadow demons that you have defeated who are lying on the ground.
Oh.
I thought they turned into puffs of dust or something.
Then there was goop underneath.
That would
Oh.
be.
They do turn into puffs of dust, but then the residue is left.
There's
It seems like that would be the kind of activity that you might enjoy doing, Friezo. You know, looting corpses, scraping up ick.
Okay, but if I'm going to do that, probably need someone to come with me.
Oh, I'll come with you.
Yeah.
Rocco, the other imp,
Go with him.
jumps off his chair and he pulls out a little alchemical crucible and a spatula.
Well, do you guys want to? Are you guys going to stay, or you want to come with me, Bethany, as well?
Doesn't seem like I need to. Are you scared?
No, I'm not scared. I'm not.
I mean, if you're scared and you want me to come and...
No, I'm not.
Go on then, hurry up. The sooner you get that gunk, the sooner we're back on the road.
Yep. Okay. Well, what are you guys going to do while I'm gone?
Probably just fucking kick my feet up.
I spy.
Yeah, we're gonna do. Okay, I'll go. I spy while I something beginning with D.
Desert.
Nah.
Dickhead.
Are you waiting to watch the whole game?
Uh,
Rocco
We're
is now
walking
waiting
away.
by the door.
We're walking away, but this is while we're traveling. This game's occurring.
Demon?
Nah.
Dead Sad Drongo.
Nah.
How to say Drongo
Dirt?
in American accent?
Meanwhile, Rocco and Friezo, you are walking it has to be said, not very long distance up the road towards the site of the fight. And Rocco is just sort of explaining things to you as he goes.
Rocco. So you didn't know what Bear Grylls was, but you know that song.
What song? What song? That song that I wrote?
Is Philip has come as well?
Yeah, no. This is This is
Rocco.
Rocco.
This is Rocco sounded like Rocco from Rocco's Modern
Did he?
Life.
Wait. He's like, oh wait, that's so tough to do. Oh. Wait. He's like,
It's
he's
very
like,
enthusiastic.
New Zealand. He's like, I'm here like this.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah,
That's
that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
I'm Rocco.
I always worry when you're just with one other person on a trip. Do you
Yeah.
worry they're going to betray you and kill you?
Why is that what you're planning to do to me?
Is that what you're planning to do to me?
No, you raised that. I say whoever smelt it dealt it.
Okay.
Please don't attack me,
You guys,
mister.
you guys have passed a big rock and you're now out of sight from the rest of the bus. As
Oh.
you arrive at the site of the Ica, Rocco grabs his little spatula and gets to work.
Oh, please don't. I got murdered in my real life. Please don't murder me again. I hear when you get murdered in hell, it's forever.
But wait, are you demonic in nature?
Well, yeah, I'm an imp now, but I
So
was.
if I murdered you, would I get the ichor we need?
No, so the way
Please don't.
you're confusing devils and demons. Now,
Oh.
the
Oh, come on.
You're
the,
cancelled.
the way, yeah. So the way that
Apologize to any devils or demons watching. I did not mean that. I'm sorry.
those who die who led wicked lives will wash up in the river Styx as a lemur, the lowest level of devils. Through corrupting other souls around them, they can be promoted through the infernal hierarchies of hell. A imp has not gotten very far. This is still a murderer who has really just done enough to be promoted from lemur to imp.
So we didn't go through that process because we were banished to hell without dying.
You're alive.
Yes.
But what he has just pointed out, which is also true, is that mostly devils get sent to other worlds to corrupt the innocent,
Right.
where if they die, they will reform eventually in hell. But if you kill a devil in hell, they die for good.
And what about demons?
Demons are essentially the same.
Okay. So
Demons
demon
come
is
from-
is a strata of.
So demons are the ancient chaotic enemies of devils. They wash up on the Styx from a ethereal other world called the Abyss that is not inside. It is not a functional plane in the nine known worlds. It is a sort of chaotic energy space through which dark things croll occasionally.
Wow,
But
we
we're
went
not in
deep.
the
We
abyss
went-
right now. We're in Avernus.
We're in Avernus.
We're in the
Avernus
first layer of hell.
Yes. So no, we're not in the Abyss. We're in hell.
Got it.
Okay. So how much of this do we need?
Well, look, this. Oh wait. Oh hey. Oh, it's gone. Hey, Hef. Wait, it's quite like this, isn't it? No, it's
No,
like, oh, Australia.
just
Yeah, here we are,
enthusiastic.
Australia. There we go. Oh, look, this, look, honestly, this is not a lot of gunk. I reckon this will maybe get us back to camp, not much further.
Okay. Let's scoop it up then. Let me-
All right, can you
give
hold
me-
this
give me,
bucket?
give me a go with the spatula.
All right, I'll hold the bucket.
Now, Kit, Bushu, and Bethany, you have an opportunity while Frieza's away if you guys want to have a little chat. Or are you just going to keep playing I Spy?
He's like this, yeah.
Dishwasher?
Nah.
Is it Is it a disappointment that a path that you've chosen in your life has recently become unraveled, and you find yourself in a new and a different state of mind, as well as a completely different locale all of a sudden?
Nah, you were close before.
Oh, dish rag.
No.
Oh.
Bethany,
Why are you looking at me?
are you cool?
I'm oh
Guys,
yeah,
it starts
I'm
with,
cool.
starts with D. The word starts with D. You're getting off track here.
Oh, I don't know.
Despair?
Despair.
No, it's dust. It was dust.
Oh, I said dirt.
Yeah, it was close. I was close. Anyway, I gave it in there.
Look, really, it's fine. I mean, yes, the leader of the religion that I've dedicated my entire life to betrayed me and turned everyone who I thought I was my new family against me, and now I'm here in hell, but I don't know why. What that has got to do with the word despair or disappointment or distraught or death dreams. Wait, you didn't say those last two.
Well, may I be the first to point out that your new family is here with you by your side.
Guys, it's really, I've never had a family before.
And Philip PM leans over with one arm
Wow.
around Kit and one arm around Bethany.
Thanks, guys.
I couldn't
Well,
have said it better myself,
yeah.
Kit. You're right. We your family.
We are your family.
Ah. Cool.
What's Bushu doing?
Filing his nails, I suppose. I hate this. I hate being here. It's terrible.
Well, if you
Ugh.
hate being here so much, well, why don't you devise a plan to get us out of here?
Oh, don't worry. I'm devising right now. I'll tell you when it's ready.
Oh.
Okay.
Friezo and Rocco appear. Rocco scrapes his little spatula's worth of gunk into the back of the engines, and they give a sickening red-hot whine. The whole thing shakes in a very unhealthy way that suggests it's doing more
Can I
damage
just say
than...
sickening red hot wine is like, that's some juicy language, Dave, and I loved it.
Thank you very much. It feels like it's doing more damage than good to the engines, but the engines flare back into life, and as more acrid smoke billows out, and Rocco kicks the engine, and it starts again to turn over as you make your way into what you can now see is a distant camp of about what looks like 12 to 13 vehicles and a couple of tents in the distance. You'll be there in about 20 minutes.
All right. Yeah, so, oh, wait. Philip. Yeah, Philip's here, and he's like, yeah, so that there over there, that's our camp there. We're Doom Riders. That's Doom Rider camp. So,
What's
yeah.
the initiation to become a Doom Rider?
Oh, look, you'll have to talk to the boss about that.
I killed you now.
Yeah.
Hypothetically.
Yeah, hypothetically.
Would I become a Doom Rider?
Of course, hypothetically, we're having a nice, friendly, hypothetical
Yeah,
conversation.
yeah.
If you killed me,
Would I become a Doom Rider?
Yeah, no. It's only the boss can initiate people. You have to make a pledge to him.
But say I brought him your head or something. Would that get me in?
I mean that
Big Ted, who's one of the other imps, steps up and he
Yeah.
goes, "You say on the scale of the Doom Riders, you see, Philip here's our boss, but you're what would your title be technically?
Bus
Head bus
Slave?
driver.
Yeah.
Slave?
driver.
yeah, or I mean the technical term is scumhole.
Scumhole,
Yeah, I'm a scumhole,
which is like a driver slave. So
yeah, and that's slightly above
me.
who is a bumhole. Sorry. I had to
Yeah,
say
but one
that.
day, let me tell you,
You'll
And,
be a scumhole.
working on my A
What's
levels.
below bumhole?
Below a bumhole?
Well, I think we all know.
Yeah,
we all know what
let's
the
Let's not go there.
scumhole, bumhole. I think.
Over to the Dragon Friends chat for that sort of thing.
Yeah, you'll have to meet our boss.
Yep.
He's been
He's
he's
a
been
toughie.
head of the Doom Riders ever since we came out of the Screaming Road.
Yeah. He's a tough guy. He's big.
What is he like?
He's mean. Oh, he's like a really imagine you'd have a
He's got a wicked sense of humor. When you meet him, you should ask him to tell you a joke.
yeah.
And he's going to tell you a joke.
Oh, and he loves punching down. Whatever's below him,
Yeah,
he just punches.
His jokes punched down.
He punches down. His joke punches down.
What's his favorite? Is there a kind of? Is there something he collects? Does he have an interest at all?
Oh, skulls. The pain and suffering of others.
Nice.
Small ceramic dolls.
Yeah. He's into tiny pigs.
Yeah.
Anything that's in the shape of the pig, he's irresistible. Finds very cute.
And at that moment, they
Isn't he cooking at all?
Oh no, slaves do that for him. But if you bought him a voucher, I'm sure he would be furious.
What's his name?
He goes by the name of Rubber Gunt.
Rubber Gunt.
Rubber Gunt. That's it. All one word.
Eden insisted.
Eden Lacey wrote that himself.
I have to say, that's not a Dave Harmon name.
Rubber Gunt.
Rubber Gunt.
Rubber Gunt.
Yeah.
Wow, that
That's-
sounds so filthy.
He's friendly. You're gonna love him,
And-
or he'll kill you. One or the other.
And
Good
as
luck.
he says that, the Scrabbleback, which is the name of the scavenger truck that you guys are on, wheezing and coughing, backs its way into a circle of infernal war machines, two-wheeled ones this time, designed for one rider with big, high-backed leather seats on them. For people that have been to futuristic Japan, you might know them as motorcycles. About 10 to 11 of these are around the fire. There is also a kind of war buggy looking machine with a huge a turret-mounted javelin thrower on its back, and a couple of tents and a big sort of trailer that is with an enclosure that looks like it's full of supplies and oil. All of them are around a few feeble fires in which some really disgusting-looking meat is being prodded by some more imps, and there are devils hanging around, each of them with long, matted beards that writhe, and in the distance they seem to almost be kind of rubbery, sickly, slippery. There's something sort of very strange about their beards.
Like they've got a beard made out of novelty rubber snakes.
Yes, but these are big, often bare-chested and wearing sort of leathers and chains.
Big
Biker.
daddies.
Yeah, they're daddies. These are a bunch of daddies.
Bunch of leather daddies.
Yeah,
They're the daddies.
Leather
Leather
daddies.
daddies.
these are bearded devils, and the biggest of them, wearing a too tight chainmail shirt, is standing by the fire with a huge belt with a couple of ceramic pigs hanging off it.
Yeah, little
Thank you,
tiny
Eden.
cute ones.
And he is having in a screaming match with two feathery kenku who are standing next to the war buggy.
What is a kenku?
Kenku are bird people with no wings.
Oh, did we meet them in Tomb of Annihilation?
Perhaps.
No,
No,
they
no.
were Aarakocra, weren't they?
Yeah,
Oh.
so
Is
kenku.
this separate? Is this a different type of bird person?
It is
Yeah.
a different type of bird race that were cursed and lost their wings.
Dodos.
No, but they're magpies. Australian magpies. With
Ah.
black
ones.
and white markings.
Without wings.
And as the scavenger, a few of the devils have noticed as the Scrabbleback sort of reverses back towards the fire, and Philip gets up and he says, "All right, Rocco, take these ones over here and go meet Rubber Gunt." And he puts his hand on you, Frieza, and he says, "You," and he fingers the sun sapphire that you've given him, "you hold back. I've got someone I want you to meet."
Yes. It's all for the place.
Yes. So yes.
Can we can I try and take a little what do we call a dragon huddle for the beef babes? A beef bunch?
Beef
A
brace?
beef-
A beef...
Beef break.
A beef
Beef
broth?
break.
Beef break is pretty
Beef
good.
break!
Beef break.
Beef break.
I'm trying to make a B with my hand.
Is that a B? How do you know? What does it look like on the chat?
I guess we could do a
What
lowercase
about
B.
like that?
Beef break.
Oh yeah, beef break.
Beef
beef
break.
break.
Beef break.
If you are just joining us, this is Dragon Friends. We're 5 Australians who know no better. Play Dungeons and Dragons on this, the D&D channel. We are playing Descent into Avernus.
We know better, sorry, just to clarify. We do know better.
Yeah.
And the Dragon Friends have, the Beef Babes have found themselves in a camp of devils somewhere deep in the wastelands of Avernus, the first plane of hell.
Yeah. Okay. Beef. Beef.
Beef
What
break?
is it? Beef break.
Your beef break. Beef break.
Beef break.
Your
I'm really glad that's caught on. Great work, everyone.
right.
Listen, what's our plan going to be? Are we going to pretend? My plan is that we should say we can do stuff. Like we could be like a gang of people who do stuff. What are they called? You know? I've never been in a
Like
gang.
a
before.
gang.
A
A
gang.
gang. I think the word
A
is gang.
gang, but like we, you know, like we can go and take out their enemies or something like that.
Right.
Something really
Yeah.
bad.
We should have a
Okay.
terrible name.
Yeah.
Like the Beef Babe or something
Yeah,
like that.
right,
But
right, right.
what do you mean? That's a great name. That
I
name's
mean, yeah,
Beef
but
Babes.
evocative
name's
of a lot of
too
beef.
Okay, now job interview. What do you've got to say? You've got to tell your strengths.
My only weakness is that I probably don't have a weakness.
Yes, right. Yes.
I think we should pretend to be really tough and mean.
Okay, right.
Phew.
Be like, I hate work and doing things. I despise
And I just want
it.
to point out that you're still dressed. You're missing your holy symbol, but you are still dressed as a paladin of Palor at the moment.
Oh,
Which is, of course, what you were until you were thrown into this unhospitable place.
okay. Well, I don't think anyone in a gang would be a paladin of Palos, so who?
Kit puts his hand on Bethany's shoulder and says, "Now, what you're feeling, what you're really feeling right now, use it. You can do this." And he pushes her forward.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
Okay.
5, 6, 7, 8. Mean thoughts. Be a mean lady.
Thoughts, mean thoughts, mean lady.
And we walk up to the guy.
Mean lady, mean
Thoughts.
All right. So
we really jazzed ourselves into
the
it.
Beef Babes are trying to jazz themselves up, doing a sort of
Yeah, we-
syncopated step.
We want to approach Rubber Gun. That's how.
Yeah.
That's the meanest type of gang that we could think of. A
So,
jazz
a
gang.
jazz gang.
Okay, he's
When you're a beef all the way.
while you were revving yourself up. He has finished talking to the magpies, and he's heading back to his tent. But on the way, he gets accosted by another devil, a good head higher than him. This one looking much younger, and it has to be said in much better shape. Unlike all of the others who have these huge matted beards, which you can now see are sort of snake-like growths on their chins, this one has cut the snakes and plugged them with metal caps, giving
gross.
himself a kind of huge handlebar mustache.
Ooh,
Oh, la la.
it's a look. It's a
I feel
vibe.
bad for those snakes.
Yeah, cut them off.
Yeah.
Cut off the snakes off. Right, and Rubber Gunt says to
Wait, is it rubber gunt or rubber gunt?
Which one?
Rubber
Which one has more plausible deniability about being obscene?
Rubber gunt.
All right,
Rubber Gunt. It is all one word. Rubber Gunt, all one word.
I'm rubber gunt. This is my brother Rudiger.
Yeah, and he says,
Please, Mr. Rubbergunt is my father.
and he
Call
says,
me Gunty.
he says that you hear him say, "Shut it, Brick and Brack. I don't want to hear another word about it."
Oh, good voice.
Yeah, that's great.
Very
Rubber
good.
Gunt. Do you want to be Brick and Brack, or should I do Brick and Brack? You want to be Brick and Brack?
Yeah, you can do it. I want to see you have a little argument.
Oh,
with
and be like, what do you mean? No, did I already do that
you
voice?
Just do a
No.
pleasant voice. I think
be like-
just do a pleasant voice.
Well, Brick and Brack is is Jafar kind of dripping with honey,
Yeah.
poison kind of character.
Yeah, and he's like,
He's much more
I
refinement.
say, that's a devil voice, isn't it?
That'll do.
It's a devil of a voice.
That-
It's like, you're a fool, Rubber Gunt. You're leading us into a certain doom. Because he's snaky. This makes sense. And he's like, you're a maggot. I'll crush you under my toes if you don't shut that trap of yours. And my toes are rubbish. There's dirty. There's gunk in between them. I don't even wear shoes. There'll be all kinds of toe jam in you. And he's like, oh no, thank you very much then. I'll be fine.
But just before he leaves, he goes and says, "But mark the hour, Rubbergunt. Already at camp, each day earlier. If you mean for us to make it to the field of bones, we should be burning leather. At this pace, I fear you have already lost our way." And then he
Shut
disappears.
your... And he steps to him. He's like, all right. And he yells and he goes, Philip, bring that bloody fuel or you're dead meat.
And Philip sort of skips up ahead of you, looking quite nervous. He sort of turned a sort of shade of green. He's obviously very scared of this guy.
Now, you best tell me you brought something good back from Skid Row or your toe jam.
Do you want me to play one of these characters?
Yeah, go on. You should be one of them.
And it wasn't Philip, it was Rocco. And
Yeah, Rocco then.
goes,
Rocco.
Right. Well, the first thing you have to remember, that's very important to remember, is that you said bring fuel or slaves. And we found people. Come on, guys. Come on.
I don't remember saying that.
They're good. We all we need to do is take them to the muster. We could sell them, buy some of that fuel you like.
Well, we bloody got... All right, bring him forward then.
I just realised that it's Broden Kelly.
Is it? I'm Roden Kelly.
And he gives Rocco, who became a friend of yours while you were fighting the Shadow Demons, sort of gives you a supportive little pat on the shoulder. And he's like, he may look scary, but trust me, he's a good guy. And then gives you a little push forward.
All right. And we go, mean thoughts. Oh, sorry. Hi.
Will you
we're
just
the
do a
mean...
little solid?
Yeah, we're the
dance?
mean thoughts gang.
Go on then, I'll have a number. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Mean thoughts. Mean thoughts. We'll steal your shorts. We're the mean thoughts.
Oh.
Mean thoughts. Mean thoughts.
Shut up! I was obviously making fun of you. Song and dances are for sissies. Who are these scummy, so skidders, are ya? Little turds shot down from somewhere else?
That's right, we found them in the skin. No food, no means of transportation. I thought, using my noggin, I said, bring him to Rubbergunt, and he'll know what to do. Either use them as fighters, use them as slaves.
Now, what say that I shouldn't crush you down into ichor and chuck you into my war machine?
Because you are dealing with some of the meanest bad people in all of the 9 known realms.
What's the meanest thing you ever done?
Well, did I tell you about the stealing of the shorts already?
Yes?
Well, that's just the start of it. I've done awful just terrible things. Why, just the other day, I told a guy that his moustache looked good, when in fact, it looked bad.
Brutal. What about you, cat?
I've earned my stripes, so to speak, in the fighting pits of Prime. I have taken more eyeballs, broken more fingers, gouged more buttholes than you would care to imagine, my friend.
Oh, he goes for the butt. That's a mean fighter. Well, look. Talk is cheap.
And what about you? The red serpentine one. Loitering at the back.
I'm not. I'd prefer not. Thank you. I mean, I'm here just. I don't know these people. It's fine.
Bushu is, since arriving at Avernus, really not committing very hard to the beef babe.
He's like, I'd rather not have. It seems I've allied with the wrong people. No, look, honestly, I've given some scathing reviews on food review websites. I have not pulled punches there, I tell you that much.
Why don't you make for me a persuasion check or an intimidation check, whichever is the.
That's a 16 plus
With +3, you got intimidation.
3. Where's the intimidation?
Someone
there
said
it
that we are
Plus
actually
4.
the mean thoughts.
20.
And may I just say, can it?
is. 20.
All right, so he gives a laugh and he looks at Rocco and he says, "Not slaves, I think. Maybe even ones to indoctrinate later." So-
Kit just says, now, I understand that though you are the head of this gang and maybe we do not meet as equals, I would like to give you a token of my gratitude at your warm welcome. And he gives him one of his little miniatures that he got off the necklace from Salune's priestess. It was a little fly.
All right, you give him. He
Look
looks at
at
it and
this.
he goes, "Yeah, all right." And he looks at it. He seems to be a bit surprised, but he's quite poker faced, and he puts it in a little pouch, and he says, "Very interesting." Oi, maggot, and another devil.
Yes.
This one with a little baker's outfit on.
Me.
Get these guys some slop. I want them in my tent after dinner. And as for Brew, and he's pointing at Brick and Brack, who's still loitering, if I catch you talking to anyone about our mission again, you're done, mate. Do you get me?
Oh, Brick and Brank. Yes, rubber gun. I understand perfectly. Slither, slither, slither. I'm slithering.
But like shimmy.
Yes, I go.
Yeah, all right.
A lot of shoulder action.
Leaving that train wreck aside, welcome to camp. Meanwhile,
Meanwhile,
you have been sent off to the side, and you're following Philip, who is working his way towards the magpies that, but going the long way so that you're not going to be intercepted by Rubbergunt. And he takes you around, and eventually he points out the two magpies who are now standing, working on what looks like a chassis of another truck, heavily damaged and with most of the parts already gone, including most of the motor that's being towed by the other buggy. And they've got some tools out on the ground, and they're sort of they're looking at it. And he points them out and says, "Those two, Magpie brothers, best mechanics this side of the sticks. You need help? You need help with cars. You need help with weapons. You need help with curses. They're your hookup."
Thank you very much. What can you tell me about them? Do they what currency do they trade in?
Well, they've been travelling with us. They're seconded, you see, not actually part of the Riders of Doom. They're part of the Knucklebone gang who service cars and engines all over here. But we've been called. The muster's happening on the field of bones, right? And he points, and something that you hadn't noticed or realised wasn't just normal infernal terrain is that there's a pillar of flame about 3 or 4 days' ride to the west.
so it looks very small from this far away.
No, it's huge, obviously.
Right, but from this distance, it's like a little boop.
Yeah, and he goes, "That's the muster of the banners. That means the Maximus is calling in his warriors. So we were travelling. They have to travel with us."
But sorry, what I mean is, what kind of incentives do they respond to? I mean, what do these magpies want that I could give them?
Well, they're knucklebones. They work for soul coins, don't they? One of the richest gangs out here.
All right. So Fraser's going to approach the magpies.
Yep. So they're working on the engine.
Point.
They're arguing.
The magpies are the most melodious of all the birds in the world in terms of their range.
The
from
common
Really?
below, yeah.
Australian
As in,
magpie.
like, they
Yes.
have
The Australian
they have
magpie.
highest-
But
Well,
they
they've got
can't
the
sing
biggest
a bloody
range.
good tune to save their life.
Oh,
fuck
what?
you.
Yeah, not like do 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 do. Like how hard would that be? Bloop, 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 bloop.
They also they love a swoop, magpies. Famously, if you're not from Australia, a magpie is a bird that loves a swoop.
Yeah, especially in
Loves a swoop.
springtime.
As
they
in loves
think-
to like dive at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's this thing that Australians kids growing up have to do where well not have to I guess, but Australian mums and dads for the last 50 years have put ice cream containers on their kids' heads and then drawn eyes on the back of them so that magpies don't swoop you from the back. Because this sounds like I'm doing a joke, but it's real.
I don't know if they still do ice cream containers. I'd be
Yeah,
very
nah,
curious to
because
know.
kids don't eat ice cream these
No,
days.
it's like gelato.
Yeah, it'd be a...
Like coconut
see that.
sorbet.
Friend of the podcast, Jordan Raskopoulos, is having a problem with magpies at the moment, and she just bought from Bunnings a animatronic owl that's head swings around if magpies come by.
Now, if I know Jordan Raskopoulos, that's not for the magpie problem, but for something else.
And it screams and it has laser red eyes.
As I
It's
said.
got lasers?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
sick.
Wow.
Um,
Another common sight you'll see is people wearing a bicycle helmet with cable ties on it to
they look like eyes.
Like a cable
no,
type
it's
porcupine.
to be spiky so the magpie can't
Oh.
land on your head because the magpie will try and peck your skull.
Who? Raise your hand if you've never been swooped by a magpie.
I got swooped as a kid.
I guess we're
Yeah, but
good.
you've
Yeah.
got all those cable ties growing out of your
Yeah.
skull.
Also, these eyes.
Blink, blink.
If you're just joining us, it's the Dragon Friends. We mostly talk about Australian birds. Okay, Fritz,
I wish I was a magpie brother.
Yeah, me
can I play
too.
Magpie Brother in this?
Is there a magpie brother?
They've there's important plot points that you've got to get through, but you're welcome to play one.
They have like a little baby, like a little fledgling in the like that carries
little
like
grey
bolts
one?
and stuff.
There's two of them. They're Chukka and Clonk, and they are very much sort of Australian bush mechanics. Essentially.
was going to do this voice.
Commit to
How's
it.
that?
It's good.
Really good.
It's good.
Yeah. Oi, bloody chucker. What's going on over there?
I'm just fixing the engine with my.
Oh.
Do they have arms?
Yeah, use your bloody
Doing a
hands.
very good job.
Use your hands. You got hands for a reason.
Chukka is wearing a huge, long, wicked spear he's put on the ground with a silver tip, and around them are wrenches and various tools. And as they work, they look very put out.
What's going? Hey, how's it going?
What you got there?
What you got there? It's like a nice little engine you're working on.
What does it
That's pretty
bloody
cool.
look like? Yeah, I'm working on an engine. Look, I have time to waste. What?
What do you mean you don't have time to waste? So they work you pretty hard here?
What are you, bloody union representative?
I mean, I could be. I've done it in the past.
All right.
What are your gripes with the workplace so far?
Well, look, honestly, one, I'm not getting paid here. This is beyond the terms of my contract. We're meant to be here for a 2-day secondment, fixing up a bloody war engine. Here we are. They've bloody taken our buggy apart, right? They've bloody taken this bloody starter motor here, and we're indentured here for the bloody foreseeable future. This rubber gun fellow's bloody riding us into certain doom. There's devils. There's bloody demons around. I haven't had a decent bath in here. I've got parasites in my rectum. Honestly, it's tough out here.
To be fair, you had those parasites before we
Yeah,
started.
but it hasn't bloody helped, has it?
I think you really buried the lead on what's wrong with the situation.
What?
If I was you, I'd have led with there's parasites in my rectum.
Okay, but look, I didn't mean to tell you that. I was just on a roll,
Just
kind of a rant.
Okay, well, yeah, okay. Well, here's what I could do for you. What do you want? I could fix any of those problems. I reckon. Which problem's the biggest problem, and I'll see if I can fix it.
Well, look, Frank,
Rectum parasites.
Reckon parasites?
That's not the biggest problem.
never say anything in a Dragon Friends show because it will immediately become the focus.
I could have told you not to say that you had a bum full of parasites.
God,
That's
I'm full of
not
parasites.
King's fault. That is your fault.
I'm full of parasites.
He goes on to say that the biggest problem facing them is that they fear that they are being trapped with the gang and kept from returning to the Knucklebone gang in Fort Knucklebone.
See the bloody car on the back there that's being towed? That was our car. All right, they've only gone and bloody nicked the starter motor, chucked it in the big war engine there, so we're bloody stuck here for the foreseeable future.
If I could help you with that,
Yeah.
I'm told that you might be someone who could lift a curse.
Oh,
Well, not me, says the other one.
Yeah.
But I reckon Mum would be able to help.
yeah. My mum's tops. Our mum picks the fruit that goes to Cotty.
From like the cordial that I like.
Like this.
That is lost on.
I like these characters a lot. These characters appear in the official Descent into Avernus
Oh, do they?
adventure.
You can read about these guys in
Chaka
the
and
book.
Clonk, the Magpie Brothers. They're the first ones that do, and I have to say, you are.
And they're really magpies in the book.
Yeah, the Magpie Brothers.
Aw, thanks, Daisy.
Cannon, someone write to Dungeons and Dragons and tell them that this is the official voice for.
Oh my god.
And the rectum parasite.
Yeah.
I imagine-
Chaka has a bum full of parasites. Is also a
Gives,
cannon.
gives you disadvantage.
Greg at dungeonsanddragons.com, I imagine.
Yeah, go and look. Yeah, mum's got a lot of contacts. I reckon you do us a kindness. We'll talk to our mum, and she'll have a look at your curse.
Yeah, curses and hexes are sort of her stock in trade.
Yep.
And nests. She can build a big nest.
Yeah, she hopes so. Yeah.
All right. Well, I got to get back to my friends, but what do I have to do to get an introduction with your mother?
Yeah, look here. Well, obviously we've got to get back to her. So look, if you can look, I doubt that you'll be able to, but you look, get us a starter motor.
Yeah, you can get this. She explains. Rubber Gun tried to decommission our car, and he got his boys to do some damage to it, and he took our starter motor. Let me tell you, it's not in as bad.
Sorry, who's this character?
This is. He goes on
Yeah,
to
do the
explain.
voice.
Just
Oh, you see what?
Yeah,
Fucking hell.
I want to listen to. I want to listen to Chucker over here. What does Chucker have to say?
We gotta get a starter motor. It's a good very good to do.
Just beg you. If I could just explain.
I don't want to say.
If I could explain the
Wait,
quest to
Dave,
you.
I've got it. Yeah, look. Now, they've, this little war band here looks tough, right? But they're running on fumes, okay? They've been cannibalizing bits off our bloody trucks. And look, the wheels are gonna fall off any second. Don't get in with this lot, alright?
Can't do it. What do I need to do?
Get us the bloody starter motor
From where?
inside.
It's already
the big
told you.
truck. See the big truck over there? I'm not pointing at it because that would be too obvious. But the big truck that's behind me.
Okay.
Remember the war buggy with the turret mounted?
At
Okay.
my six, yeah? Go in there.
Yes.
Into the front compartment, there's going to be a thing. It's going to look like kind of like a little box with
With a
like,
tiny ceramic
with
pig
a
on it.
tiny ceramic pig on it, and it's going to have one thing plugged into one side or the other. Pull
Okay.
them out and bring that to us.
I will get that
Get me
for
a
you.
big juicy worm.
What?
What? A big juicy worm?
Or a big juicy worm?
No.
Also,
Or a big juicy worm?
Also, I
Alex, what are you doing?
want a big juicy worm.
Okay, I will get you a big juicy worm. Cannon.
It's canon that you're going to get
Do a
along
Crawford.
a big juicy
look
worm.
look at chat. Ted. Do the voice. Ted. Do the voice.
So Friezo is then going to rejoin the other the other beef babes. Sorry that took so long, everyone.
That was I hope you enjoyed that.
Totally
account.
my fault.
So he's telling that you have to get something out of Rubber Gun's car. All right, so you are all left with a devil called Maggot who spits and walks you over to the fire where there are some greasy tin plates.
Yep.
And he beckons for you to grab one.
He spits because he's got a list. He's like,
you
all
all-
right, everybody gather around.
And as you all take plates, you sort of join a kind of listless queue where as you walk up,
That's funny. Oh no, it's not.
as you walk up, there is an imp who is just with a filthy claw tearing bits of meat off what looks like some kind of sandworm that's on the spit, mostly blubber, sticking it on plates and passing you each a big fatty piece of worm flank.
And Bush is like, why did I ever leave my home? I had a nice thing going. I had mid-century furniture. I had a very respectable vinyl collection of early 1920s opera stars,
Like who?
like Caruso. All of Caruso's back catalogue. That's what I had.
Now, you were told that you could have some food. Frieza, you come back at this point. Rocco and Philip are still there. And
Frieza would like to eat.
yes, anyone that eats, this is a short rest, and you can take a couple of hit dies of hit points back if you want. The food, like everything in Avernus, tastes like ash and dirt, but it is still nourishing.
So you would use
Oh,
a D10.
I need 6 D10.
No. So until you sleep, you have 6 dice to use at some of them at every rest.
I've literally never done this before.
Okay, really?
I'm pretty sure I never
All right.
have.
Every time we do, you have 6 hit dice. Every time you take a short
Did that
rest,
update on the
you can
on the app?
roll.
Let us
Yes,
know.
it would have.
Hey,
you can roll
chat.
every.
If you're watching on Twitch and you've got the D&D Beyond thing, I think you can scroll over to the side of the thing, and our character sheets will pop up. You can have a look at that. Thanks, D&D Beyond. You are real good at making information about Dungeons and Dragons available.
Cool. All right. Frieza should be on. Oh, actually, Frieza should be on 9 hit points now.
Dragons friends, yas.
Yeah, we're doing the thing on D&D Beyond.
Did that
If
work?
you've just tuned in, we are the Dragon Friends. We're in Avernus, where a group of adventurers have been cast out from heaven and sent to hell.
That's right, and now are finding themselves with the Riders of Doom, a bearded devil gang on their way to something called the Great Muster. Now, quickly, while you are all eating, you are being left mostly to your own devices, so you can also explore the camp a little bit. You have been told to report to the boss devil's tent after the meal, but you have a little bit of time. You can also see that other devil, Brigandbrack, who is eating, having a conversation with 2 other devils at the far side of the same fire that you're on, in a low voice.
And he's like, he's
A
like,
low voice that you cannot mostly
yeah,
hear.
You cannot mostly hear, but he's like, no, I'd never sleep with Iago. He's a parrot. It would be weird. It's not a sexy cartoon at all.
Are you...
Methinks
What?
he doth protest much.
It was a callback, Dave, to an obscure joke that we made several weeks ago. It's fine.
Oh, when you wanted to have sex with that sexy squirrel.
No, I didn't.
Oh, I forgot
Yeah.
that Eden likes to have sex with sexy
I
squirrels.
don't like.
I forgot about that. He's reminded me.
Oh,
Eden.
thank
You know
you.
that comic, The Amazing Squirrel Girl? Does that do anything for you?
No,
Oh,
what?
okay. That's Marvel. Anyway.
No, I'm into normal stuff.
Just normal squirrels.
Huh?
I just want the internet to know that I'm into only normal stuff.
Sorry, everyone.
Imagine being on a date with someone and you sit down, they're just like, hey, just so you know, I'm only into normal stuff. We cool? Cool.
Yeah, just normal stuff, cups,
Yeah, cups.
plates.
You into normal stuff? I'm into normal stuff.
Yeah, we're both in normal stuff. But just so you
Friends.
know, my
That's
chongus
good.
is real normal as well. So you know,
Good.
perfectly normal chongus.
Just butts, boobs, not too big, not too small, fleshy.
I'm not a furry. I'm not a furry.
But if Eden was a furry, that'd be fine.
Yeah.
What
That
about
would
if
be
you
What do you
were
fine.
think?
like,
What do you think about Max's
Me, I like
girlfriend in the
medium-sized
Goofy
everything.
movie?
I've never seen the Goofy movie.
Yeah.
And,
Really?
And never will.
you know-
Because it might be too exciting.
Let's go around the horn and guess how tall Goofy is.
Or
How
6'2".
tall?
6 foot.
6 foot? What do you reckon?
6'3".
6'2".
6'2.5.
According to the internet, he's over 8 feet tall.
Whoa!
That's
Too,
Two.
tall.
Two.
Wait, then how
Way
tall is
too
Mickey?
tall.
What?
How tall is Mickey?
I think Mickey's like regular,
Regular mouse
Mouse
size.
regular human size.
No,
Like,
But what does regular
I think-
human size mean?
I think it was maybe a short human, so like 5'5" or something.
Tall as
Okay,
wanna
no.
know
But Fantasia, the movie, the Sorcerer's Apprentice short film.
Yeah.
How tall is that guy?
That person.
That guy's 15 feet tall?
Yeah.
So
Person's-
that's a giant. So he's.
Yeah.
This is. Oh my
the
god.
wizard is.
The wizard is a giant.
Is a giant.
Is
All
a
right.
giant
Something
wizard.
true that happened to me today. I never remember how tall I am, and I had an audition today, and I had to say how tall I was and fill out a form. So before the audition, I googled average height of Australian woman, and I just put that as my height.
So what's that? What's the average height of an Australian woman?
161 centimeters.
Why don't
So
you
like
just get your
5'5".
husband to like see how many iPhones tall you are, and then do that?
Oh, do the measuring with the iPhone rule.
I was by myself. I couldn't.
Just lie down by your iPhone and just like walk it up like.
Ah.
Height, 17
How many
iPhones.
iPhones are you?
If you are just tuning in, this is the Dragon Friends, where we try to find out which 1990s animated characters Eden would go
Someone called Arbiter
give a little
19
smooch to.
is saying Australia's basically hell anyway, as far as most of the world seems to be concerned.
All right, mate.
all right.
All right.
Oh,
Now,
you may,
go on.
may call
Yeah,
yourself
go
the
on.
bloody arbiter, but let me tell you, it's a decision's not to be yours.
Yeah, you
Australia
got him,
rules.
Dave.
Yeah,
Sort of.
You really got
It's
him.
not problems with Australia, but it's basically fine.
Yeah.
To live in if you're.
It's actually
anyway.
probably
Yeah.
better than anyway.
You hear Rubber Gunt yell,
It sucks.
"Oi, you! Scummos!
ScoMo?
Scummos! Oh, you all look like you've been trained at McDonald's. Get into my tent
No,
here.
they've still got a little bit more time.
All right.
They haven't done anything
But
yet.
soon,
Yeah, we
I
wanna-
want to see you shortly.
See you soon.
Has Friezo
Friezo
explained-
returns now at this point.
Is he going to tell us?
Yeah, Free's gonna say like, "Hey, you guys."
Congratulations, Hing. That feels like a breakthrough to me. You've got a
Well,
side quest. You got a bit of information the rest of the team doesn't have, and you're sharing it.
He's only said, "Hey guys."
Well, it hasn't happened
Yeah,
like,
you really
let's not get
jinxed
ahead
it
of-
for us, Dave.
Yeah.
Thanks a whole
There's
buttload.
a lot of pressure on me to like do what you just said now, Dave.
This is a trick.
Hey guys.
Hello.
I've got some stuff to go on to tell you.
What?
I've got us a way out of here.
All right.
There's these two magpies. Do you guys know what magpies are?
Nope.
Okay. They kind of.
Oh, pigeon.
Yeah. Oh no.
Some sort of a sentient pie.
Yes. And if we get them a starter motor, they might help us get out of here. Or, even better than that, introduce me to their mother. So, what we're going to do is steal a starter motor from one of the big war machines.
But there's only one big war machine.
I'm rolling for persuasion, Dave.
For us?
For your friends.
That's a 4.
How does that work when it's
Oh,
us?
well, it's an opposed check. All right.
Plus 7 is
Bethany?
11.
Bethany?
You got to beat 11.
A persuasion?
No, just your willpower.
Willpower.
So this is just willpower?
No, actually, we'll make it persuasion just to make it interesting. You got
I don't
18, so you can persuade, I guess, because Hing has initiated this unnecessary check, and because you have now won an opposed persuasion check, you can convince him on a course of action Bethany would like to take.
Well, what if I want that one?
Well, then that's fine.
Oh, that seems like a better idea than the rest of us have.
Someone Googled Alex Lee height. And Google said that you're 5'3".
Is that 161 centimeters? Is that the same?
So am I 5'3"?
Yeah, what's a foot?
Or presumably, that might also be an American who Googled what is 161 centimeters.
Yeah, right. Anyway.
Aha.
It's
Yeah, so
canon
Hing,
now.
I really would love to, at some point, and I know we've been playing this for a while, but stop you. You have this thing that you do, which I think you think is a way to steal momentum from me, which is that you say something that you think I might let you do, and then you roll a dice because you think if you roll a 20, I can't stop you. Is that a fair?
I just got a 9 plus 7 on deception, Dave. So yes, I think that's fair. Okay, so Bethany wants to do the thing that I wanted to do.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have any other plans. I mean, I thought maybe we could convince him that we're really bad guys and go and do some bad jobs for him and make ourselves, indispensable.
Mercenaries.
Yeah, that's the word. Where were you when I needed you?
But that's a good cover for trying to get what we want.
Well, here's what we can do then. Why don't we just melt it all together? They want us to go kill someone. Love to do that. Love that. And then, as a reward for that, we get the starter motor, go to the magpies, give them that, meet the mum. I'm uncursed. Bobby Bubba Uncle.
Bobby Beba Bunk?
Bobby Bubba
Uncle.
What do you?
Rubber
what,
baby
what do you mean
bubba
by
guy.
Is that from Tokyo as well?
Yeah,
Bobby
sure.
Bubba Bunkle?
Let's go. So let's go to this. Let's go back to this guy. Say we'll kill anyone he wants. We'll kill him or his friends or his enemies. Do whatever he wants, right? And in exchange for the starter motor.
I mean, you said just killing people. That's not really what a paladin does. You know. It's,
Hey, you know what? Happy for you to get me to the finish line. I'll pull the trigger. Love it.
You keep saying you love it. Is that true?
I've not really thought about it too much. I just like to be really encouraging around my friends when we want to do something. When there's a course of action, we can. You know, this is a project I feel really excited
You
about.
seem
guys.
happier than I've ever seen you before.
This is unsettling.
You are thriving down here.
We gotta go kill some people, or demons, or bad people. Look, anyone who's gotten mixed up with this guy is probably a dodgy character as well. What do we think,
Wow.
Bushu, why are you still filing your nails?
Look, I don't know. Look, be honest.
when he's filing his fingers
I'm
down.
in a pretty dark place, Frieza.
Hey, I've been there before. You know what helps? Taking out it on people you barely know for money and or starter engines. Who's with me?
Well, look, you're mostly wrong all of the time, but why would that change anything now? I guess not.
You suddenly hear a voice like honey and malice behind you.
Oh,
La la,
Dave!
Dave,
Ooh,
what is a
Ellen.
novel?
Friezo, it says,
Write a book.
Honey and
Waste
Malice.
your beautiful
And-
words on us.
and the voice says, "Did I hear you say take out something on someone you don't know?"
Is this
It is the
Jafar?
Brickenbrack.
Brickenbrack,
This is
yeah.
Jafar, yes. The man known as Jafar.
This is the man that Eden knows as Jafar.
Demon
Yes.
Jafar.
You said honey and malice. I would also like to add and snakes.
Yes, honey, malice, and
snakes.
snakes.
Hmm.
But and
Oop,
as you can
Albert
see,
title.
the snake stumps on his chin wriggle a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know they were still alive.
Yeah.
They made it. Wow.
I sense a kindred spirit in you. Can you get me a starter motor?
That's a very obvious.
Why don't you come over here, have a drink with Brickenbrack? Sorry, I'm forgetting the character. Why don't you come over here, have a drink with me and my friends?
Okay, but just we've met a lot of people. No one's offering us a starter motor yet.
He pulls out a little hip flask and a tiny tin, and he pours something into a tin, and he passes it to you.
Okay, I'm gonna do an old Arcana check. That is a 1, Dave.
It's impossible to say if the drink is magical in property.
All right. I guess I mean, a drink from a stranger in this context is kind of like a dip in the bag. So
You
Frieza's
can always rely on a drink from a stranger. There's never any possible
Make me a Constitution
terrible
save,
danger.
DC 10. No, DC 12.
That is. No, it's not a fail.
Okay. You as soon as you drink the drink, you cough. Sorry?
You explode.
Yeah, you explode into coughs.
Do I have rectum parasites?
Make for me. No, in fact.
No, they've all cleared up.
And he laughs, very sinister way. And now I want you to make me a D100 check. Flesh warping check.
Oh
Did
shit!
you just drink a thing that a devil gave you, you numbskull?
That's a D12.
2d10s.
Nice work, numbnuts.
75.
I love these. I want more of these dice rolls, just so you know. I freaking love them.
All right. Suddenly your eyes go midnight black,
Whoa.
Yes.
Sexy.
and you suddenly get the sense as the sun becomes incredibly painful, but your vision suddenly changes and
How many curses can you give me, Dave?
goes black and white. But you do have dark vision.
I have dark vision. Yeah.
Cool. Your dark vision triples in its sensitivity to the point that now the light becomes painful. And he looks at you and he goes, outsiders sometimes have this effect. Do not worry, it will pass. How do you find the liquor?
What? Wait. How did you know what I just saw?
Your eyes have gone pitch black, my friend.
It's like your pupil has taken over your entire eye.
Yeah. I mean, it's not. Thank you for the drink. But I did come over here to ask about the starter motor, mostly.
The
Do you want to kill someone?
The starter
Aw.
what?
I need a starter motor.
Not the stealthy plan that I thought we were gonna do. Go up and ask the guy for the thing.
Well, he just said I was going to kill someone for him. I'm looking for work.
You mean like from one of our devil rides, one of the bikes?
I will kill anyone you want for
What?
a starter motor. Who do you want dead?
Really?
I don't have to. Who do you want? Who do you want me to kill?
Look,
Jeremy? Syncopate? Dozer? Why don't you three head off? And he dismisses the other devils.
Yeah.
Bye.
Okay, boys.
We'll be here if you need
Which
us.
one was Syncopate? And he looks at you and says, well, if you're willing to kill anyone, then I think we can be friends.
I look, honestly, happy to be of service. Who do you want me to kill?
Does this camp look to you like it's in a good way?
I mean, honestly, I've just arrived in hell. I don't know what the other camps look like.
look, if
I don't want to insult it.
I had my mind, I think I would have kind of put in a central thoroughfare. It seems a little.
We have traveled for 3 days and 3 nights from the Screaming Road ever since the pillar light went up. We have little food. We have no fuel. We were not prepared for a journey like this, and we have been attacked 3 times en route.
I get it. You want me to kill the leader?
I cannot lift a hand or suggest one do the same to him, for he has contracts binding each of us to his service. That metal serrated belt that he wears has our secret marks. Every devil in the Riders of Doom, and we have sworn to follow the tribe and to follow its leader. So I could not suggest that to you.
I understand that. But do you have access to a starter motor?
if you could find a way to save us from the doom that we will unfortunately, that our leader will unfortunately expose us all to, I'm sure I could find you whatever you want.
All right, let's do a little huddle.
Oh, we call it a beef
Beef break.
break now, and we do this.
Okay, beef break.
Sorry, you do what?
You have to
you're not
just
involved.
step away.
Oh, okay.
Alright,
So it's
could you
like
just-
this?
No,
No.
no,
you're
you
doing
don't
it wrong.
get it.
I mean, you
don't-
can do it, but it doesn't make anything happen.
Doesn't make it.
Yeah. Sorry, this is sort of a closed off.
It's like a
Sorry.
beef babes thing.
All right, he heads off after Dozer and Syncopate.
And he looks back over his shoulder like,
He looks a little bit upset,
A little
but
bit
he's
upset.
trying to like be cool about it.
Kid.
Beef.
beef break.
Beef break. Okay. Look, I think I've made my position very clear on what I'd like
Hey,
to do in
stop
this.
raising your hand. Everybody will think that we're having a party.
Okay. Well, I just wanted you guys to know. You'll know where I stand on this. Love to kill anyone. Would love to kill this rubber gun
What's
gentleman.
this guy offer? What, he said just kill someone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's a slaver, so that you got to be against that, obviously.
Yeah.
Killing a
I
slave
don't know
owner.
what
that's
I
pretty-
believe anymore, but I mean, what's our big plan here? Like, do you think if you want to take over the Riders of Doom, or do we just want to do a stealthy mission, get this motor and get out of here?
Well, kid, what do you think? You were held in captivity for a while. You've got to want to kill this guy.
Let's kill the slaver.
Yes. Yes.
As I see it, these magpies, they are the power in this land. If they are a family of mechanics and they look after every one of these gangs, then they are the people who are connected. They are the people who will know their way out. We follow them. We follow our path.
There is a roar behind you from the tent.
Feed me.
Don't you
Wait.
open that.
Oh, Globbits him upstairs. He's hungry.
That's a great character. Let's save that.
Okay, right. Well,
That's a
come
good
back later.
character.
Burke will come back later. He's like, get in here, maggots.
And Maggot says, "Do you mean me?"
No, not you, sorry.
Because it sounded like you mean me and my brother, who's also called Maggot.
Get back.
Family
excuse
name?
The Maggot Brothers?
Omega Brothers. You, beef nuggets, get in here.
Why did they make them?
Beef nuggets.
Why has Macca's never done a beef nugget?
I imagine it's
I
a
w-
price thing.
For the
I would love a
meatball.
beef nugget.
No, you're all disgusting. But I imagine it's a price thing. I imagine chicken
I
is a much
don't-
cheaper meat. Than
I've heard of hamburgers, you fuckhead.
How about this? How come you've never had what?
Sorry. Sorry, Greg.
Sorry,
Greg.
Greg.
Sorry, Greg.
Sorry, Greg's in the chat.
fucking idiot!
Oh, wait. Sorry, Greg.
Hamburgers, you fucking
Sorry, Greg.
No,
Sorry,
just
Greg.
say it.
Sorry, Greg.
Oh, stop.
Stop.
I
here's
only
my
said it
question.
once.
Sorry, Greg.
Sorry, Greg.
Veal schnitzel. It's a thing. It's a famous thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
But
Fried steak?
But that's
Chicken fried steak. So you a breaded beef meatball essentially. Why is that not a thing?
Flatten it slightly.
Scotch
it's not
meatball.
that
a
hard.
Scotch egg is a thing.
Panko chip. Yeah.
Why doesn't Macca's do a Scotch egg?
Because you've got to boil the eggs very precisely, right? So that when you bake them, and
don't-
yes,
Oh, they
mind
don't
you,
Does a Scotch egg have an egg inside it?
it's got an egg and then it's got spiced sausage meat and then a crust
It's
and
so
deep fried.
Goodness
Ooh.
me. I don't know how any of you live eating this.
We don't eat it every day.
Oh, but I would if I could, if I would, if
Yeah.
I
One of
could.
those feels like it would just ruin your inside.
Oh,
Hey, let's
Oof.
go. What's the thing you've eaten that's
Hi, Ben.
ruined you the worst?
Okay.
okay, here we
The
go.
weirdest thing they've eaten.
No, just
What?
ruined you
You
the
mean
worst.
guts wise?
I mean, I've got
or allergies or
I have
whatever.
a deeply broken butt, so
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
yours is like a
much,
slice of
much
bread.
straight over.
surgically. I mean, like from
Yeah.
I have
Yes.
Crohn's disease, so mine will be, I think, weirder, like different to what you guys.
I would
Yeah,
say
whoa.
anytime I eat a Domino's pizza.
I was when I went to Kiribati for work when I
Climate change story.
to do a climate change story, they gave me this like fermented fish dish that they caught from the lagoon. This family that I met, and I ate that, and that messed me up real bad.
Was it a prank? Was it like a prank food?
No, I think it was like it was like this is our culture, and I was like,
Oh, right.
yummy.
And you're like, "Bleh."
And then
Okay.
no, just downstairs. I had to have one of those pills that block you up
Chili?
before I got on the plane.
Yeah,
You
chili.
have,
I-
you have a cooked meal?
Yeah, I ate pork, from the back of a motorcycle.
What?
I was living
Was he like a pig?
I was
just
living in
sitting-
Ecuador.
YOLO,
and-
baby.
And we were getting food for like Christmas Day. And
To the motorbike.
but there's a guy who's riding through town, takes the plastic lid off the thing on the back of his motorbike. It's like, there's the pork. And the guy I was with, who was like running the kitchen, whose name was Rodolfo, said like, there we go, that's where the meat comes from. And I was like, all right. And
Back from motorcycle.
yeah,
Wrecked ya?
Did you ruin everyone? Like all the people you gave?
I think I'm the only one who ate it.
Anyone in chat who's got a crook story?
No.
No.
No,
Oh, come on. I'll
Ben?
hear it.
Was
Was Ben here?
No,
I
Ben
missed
was here for a
Ben.
bit. He
Hi, Ben.
tuned out. I don't know. My wisdom I drank a milkshake and shat myself in the ocean once, but I think you guys.
All right, get in
Oh.
here. If you've just tuned in to Dragon Friends, they're coming into Rubber Gunt's tent, who's the head devil of this motley crew of
If anyone wants to know, his name is Eden's fault. Now,
Eden's fault. It's all my fault. Now, the worst thing I ever ate was
an elf.
an elf.
A whole elf.
Very stringy. Stuck in my teeth.
Probably wouldn't want to eat another one.
Right.
Then.
Oh.
So,
Yeah, look.
You fellas,
We're the mean
And
thoughts.
and you,
And-
mean boys.
Mean thoughts.
I want to tell you, you've come at a very exciting time. Here, sit down for a sec.
I'd like to tell you about an exciting opportunity to join my gang.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Colorist interested.
As you can see, I'm the head of this association, and we ride to the muster. Yes, I will be at the vanguard of Maximus Chunder's army as we ride to destroy all that lays ahead of us. Now, you have the opportunity to become part of that association if, excuse me, you will do a small task for me. Now, may I say, before you accept this task, if you do not do this task, I will kill all of you.
Are there any questions at this juncture?
I have quite a few. So the muster, and you talk about destroying all that is ahead of you. Does that mean? And she goes,
Look, I don't know. There's words on the horizon. All I know is that the Maximus has called his banners, and as one of his strongest and most fearsome warriors, I, of course, have gathered my warband and am answering the call.
but is this muster? Who are you fighting against?
Look, do I know this, Dave?
This call is an ancient call. He calls now on old oaths, sacred duties sworn centuries ago. The Maximus would not call in these favors unless something drastic had happened to the battle between good and evil, hell and Elysium. Something must have changed, and soon we will ride for heaven.
Get involved and you can drink all that sweet, sweet blood with us.
I have a question.
Go on.
How is your goose?
Squeeze me.
Is it cooked? And then I throw my
holy
lightning
moly.
dab
Oh,
right into it.
boy, it's happening.
Oh boy!
Looks like we're in combat.
Make for
Looks
me.
like we're in some combat.
We are sort of, but first of all,
we're in combat.
I need you to make a dexterity check for me. Opposed dexterity.
So 17
18.
plus dexterity, that's 19.
Okay, 19 beats an 18. So he pulls up his hand and says, "Wait, no!" And then you attack him. I'll let that be the attack as well. So that's
Okay,
fine.
great.
So it hits. So what is that? 46.
It's
Oh, the javelin.
46,
46.
46 damage, but the lightning, it's, 46 lightning damage.
Well, I'm sure no one will notice that.
40. Okay, roll it for me. We're moving very quickly.
2, 8, 11,
Combat.
14.
14 points of damage.
Yeah, and
Don't have spells.
yeah.
Okay, so you do 14 points of damage. He roars in pain as he staggers to his feet, pulls the javelin with one hand as it crackles, and throws it to the ground. You notice that the damage from it, he's surprised by the damage. Like, it doesn't seem to... He's not used to being hurt by weapons. It seems that you found a weapon that he's vulnerable to.
Oh.
As he sort of pulls at it and hurting himself, throws it behind him, and unslings from his back a giant warhammer with infernal smoking runes all over it.
Oh boy.
And he charges at you, Kit, and he attacks you with the attack which hits 15 plus 5, 20, that'll hit, and misses with his second attack. So it's D10 plus 5, which is... He hits you for 8 points of damage. And he screams out, "Boys, we've got some live ones in here. Get in here!" And the next one up is Friezo.
Okay, so that short rest, that counts as a Freezer gets his spells back?
That is correct.
Excellent. All right, then. What kind of creature is this?
This is a bearded devil.
And would Friezo know from his sort of demonic studies what kind of damage is...
No.
I believe this is the time for an
Witchbone?
Arcana check.
Friezo...
This is actually a legitimate time where you would make an Arcana check.
To work out what...
If you make an Arcana check, I might give you some info if you roll really well.
12 plus 7 is 19?
You just know that devils are notoriously...
May care.
yeah, devils have a real devil-may-care attitude towards magical damage from spells, and damage from mundane weapons. They are famously have a vulnerability to silver.
Okay. And is that... Ooh, actually, Does that count as my go?
No.
That check counts as my go?
I'll let you still...
Great. In which case, I am going to cast a level 2 version version of... what's the tentacle one called? Fuck!
Hunger of Hater.
Hunger of Hater.
Hater. So, I'm going to cast it with him as the center of it.
Yeah.
And what that means is... okay, open a gateway to the dark. Beyond the stars, I reach...
Sorry, did you say a gateway to the duck?
The dark. So a 20-foot radius sphere of blackness and bitter cold appears, centered on a point within range, which I'm centering on, let's say, his heart.
Balls.
Yeah, no heart.
Heart.
The void
How big is
filled
the
with,
space?
20 feet.
20 feet will fill the entire tent.
Ooh,
It's a tent.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, let's get out of here then. Cast it in here and he's going to get out. And then Freezer's going to move.
All right, you're going to cast it and run? Yep.
Yep, cast and run. Any creature that starts its turn in the area takes 2d6 cold damage. Any creature that ends its turn in the area must succeed in a dexterity saving throw or take 2d6 acid damage as well.
All right, great. So you cast Hunger of Hater,
Yep.
and the room
Beat babes, get out!
starts to smoke and sizzle.
And then
Do we need to
Freezer's gonna
take a running away roll?
Well, you're going to all take 2d6 damage at the start of your turn,
No.
and then you need
What?
to make a roll to get out.
Can't they just run out?
We take more damage.
If you delayed your
frickin'
action after they ran
Michael
out, but
Haines'
you've cast
character.
the spell,
Oh, well, can I do that then? I didn't realize. That's what I meant to do.
so you're going to delay
That's what I
your...
was saying. Get out. Get out. Yeah.
So you delay your action until all the dragon friends of all the bush babes have left the room.
Yes.
Okay, so you start casting the spell.
Can I try and get out of here?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you don't need to roll. He hasn't cast it yet.
I'm going to run away. I'm going to get the hecky out.
You run out of the room.
Now, so outside of the tent, what are the things that are closest to outside of the tent?
So there is the fire.
Uh-huh.
There are a couple of dotted around devils. There's about 6 of them
Yeah.
in the immediate vicinity.
Uh-huh.
The rest of them are by the war machines, which, as I said, are motorbikes that are parked in 2 rows of 5.
Uh-huh.
Then there is the big dune buggy.
Yeah.
And then there is the Scrabbleback, which is the bus that you guys arrived on.
Maybe...
Oh, and the dune buggy is hauling the chassis of the Magpie Brothers.
Okay, let's maybe move... I'm going to move maybe towards the buggy, chassis buggy.
Okay, so you jump out and you run towards his personal dune buggy.
Yeah. That seems smart to me.
Okay, as you do, you start seeing that the commotion is attracting the attention of other devils who are looking up from their food. None of them are moving necessarily yet, and because you're doing a full action to move, you're able to run up towards the dune buggy and get to the side of it. Next up is Bethany.
Run away!
I'm gonna run. I'm gonna run, but then be waiting just outside the tent to help.
You drawing a weapon?
Friezo. Yes,
Which weapon?
the spike chain.
Okay, you pull out. Bethany runs out of the tent and she pulls out a spike chain. And the moment she draws a weapon, 3 of the devils nearby jump up and pull out their own halberds and start walking towards you because they've noticed that you're armed.
And can I say something?
Yep.
I say, stay away. I've been appointed. Listen to me. I've been appointed the personal bodyguard of Rubber Gunt. And
Make a perception check.
perception?
Yeah, before you finish this thought.
See what you
17.
Briggenbrack is one of the three, by the way, that you've noticed.
Yes, I am his bodyguard. So he would like some privacy. Thank you very much.
He's taking a very bad shit.
I feel like this is a deception that is not going to last longer than 6 seconds, but sure.
I don't know.
Do you want me to roll?
If you went into work and someone was like, "Don't go in there," the boss is taking an almighty shit. I think you're
Yeah.
like, all right, I'll give him more than 6 seconds.
Actually, Friezo, the high elf, is doing an audition in there to be his second in charge, and he's showing him some of his tricks.
Make a persuasion check. With advantage, because Briggenbrack.
Oh, natural 20!
All right.
Suck on that, Dave.
Dave's not the enemy.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you, Simon.
You're welcome.
But
That
now,
should be merch.
Suck on that, Dave.
No,
And on the other-
Dave's
And on
not
the back
enemy.
it says
All right.
Dave's not the enemy.
Shaq, can we start a poll? What would people rather as a T-shirt? Is it "Suck on that, Dave" or "Dave is not the enemy"?
now I'm just going to say that for now the devils are sated, and Kit, it is your go. You're the last
Still
one in the tent with Friezo and Rubber Gunt.
But and if
then-
you don't
can
leave,
I
you're
just say
going to get
something?
Haydar, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm gonna get up, but
Get
just Kit is in a rage. That adds 2 damage just to Rubber Gun, just so you know.
You're going to go into a rage?
That's why he jumped into the.
Yep.
So he's
Oh, you
he's
went-
actually ordinary.
Oh, you went
he
from
was,
0 to 10.
Yeah, he just popped off.
Okay, great.
So he's got 2 extra damage
He's
as a result
popping.
of that.
He does. And, yeah,
Popping
so all,
off.
and all the rest of the
Popping
rage.
off.
He's got resistance to damage, don't forget as well.
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
How does damage resistance work? You take less
Half.
damage?
Half round
Take
down.
half damage?
Oh, so in that case, I can take half of the.
Oh, no,
Yeah, if
I
you
think
are-
it's physical
If you're
resistance.
staying in there.
No, get out.
Acid would be full damage.
No, it's bludgeoning, and that's what the hammer does. So yeah, you took half damage.
Okay, if I could remember how many.
Dungeon, Daddy, Dave.
I just gave
dungeon,
myself
Daddy,
before.
Oh no, you
Dave.
know what? It's non-magical. Bludgeoning and his hammer's magical. You do take
Cool.
full
All
damage.
right, cool. Yeah, I can read the situation enough to know that he'll be damaged more by Frieza, so I'm gonna get out of there.
Okay,
Run away.
you run out as well, and leaving your javelin, it has to be set on the ground.
It's
So
the cost of war.
As soon as he gets out of there, I cast Hunger of Hadar.
Yep.
Which means also the Rubber Gun is now blinded because he's fully within the area. So I'm gonna sprint to the corner of the tent and cast it on him.
Yep.
So I'm out of range.
Well, actually, he goes before you, unfortunately.
No, because I ready my action until.
Oh yes, that's correct. Yep.
And so Hunger of Hadar is there. So he's blinded now, Dave.
Mm-hmm.
And try finding your way out of a tent while you're blinded by fucking octopus tentacles, which are they're going right in his ears.
It's like trying to come out of the stage curtain backstage,
Yeah.
and finding the edge of the curtain.
Or like trying
Very
to,
relatable.
or like one of those curtains in a fortune teller's thing that's all beads and
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Rubber Gun screams in pain and outrage, and you can see that the other devils all clock that outside.
Do some damage, Dave.
Yep,
It's his turn.
2d6.
So the first lot of damage is 7, and then by the end of his turn he'll take that's cold damage.
Yep.
And he'll take 2 more d6 at the end of his turn.
Okay, now it doesn't do as much damage to him as you thought it would. It looks like
Cold damage doesn't do much damage.
that's correct. He has a resistance, it seems, and the blinding does work as he starts to try to pull his way out of the tent. He rolls an 18 on his dexterity check, and he stumbles out into the sunlight out of it. And now what does he have to do? Because he's trying to leave the Hunger of Hadar.
Makes a dexterity saving throw.
See if he can. He rolls a 19.
Is it, what,
That will beat your spell DC.
My spell DC is +7.
No, your spell DC
No?
is
it would be
15.
Oh, 15.
Yeah.
So
Oh, right.
yeah.
So he succeeds that.
So yeah, he runs out and he goes, "Boys, attack him!" As he screams,
Mutiny on the bounty.
"Bushu!"
Um,
You're now standing by the buggy.
maybe I'll just look casual. That I wasn't doing anything bad.
Okay, make a deception check for me.
Okay. Yeah, look casual, but maybe hiding.
Maybe just get into it.
Casually hiding. Yeah, get in there and casually hide.
Okay, make a stealth check for me.
Okay, stealth.
Fucking bullshit, Bushu.
15 is enough. Okay.
Yeah.
Fucking bullshit.
You slip underneath the buggy.
You're
You
right.
try the door on the way, and the door seems to be locked, and then you slip underneath it so that no one can see.
Yeah, but I don't want to be a place where if it backs up, I would get run over
No,
like
no,
a
no,
cat
no.
sleeping
You're
in a
safe,
driveway.
safely between the tires.
Okay. What? Okay, fine. I believe you.
Bethany, you're up.
And I'm surrounded by these.
And he's now burst out the side of the tent next to you.
Oh, right. So my cover's probably
Probably.
blown.
That's why I said I thought it would last about 6
Yeah.
seconds.
All right. Well, I'm gonna attack the closest guy to me then, I guess, with my spiked chain.
Okay, great. So the closest guy to you is still him.
Oh,
Oh!
boss. Rubber gun.
Because he's just burst out.
Oh,
the
he's
other
just
three,
burst out.
The other three are about 15 feet
Can
away
I
from
do
you.
like a because he's not expecting me there? Can I get a surprise attack?
I will
or
let you.
get
You haven't used a reaction yet. Sure.
something?
Yep. Do an attack of opportunity,
Getting back
All
in the
right.
tent.
I'm gonna So he's come. So I'm here, and he's come out.
and you get a free
Behind
attack
me?
on him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stab him in the side with a dagger.
Well, you have the chain out, so you're going to drop the chain to do that. Chain's a two-handed
Get
weapon.
him back in the tent.
Get him
Just
back
chain.
in the
Push
tent.
Push him back in the
Oh yeah, I will let you. I tell you what, I will let you.
Sorry, this is taking a long time.
You know, it's okay. Make for me a normal. If you want to use the chains to trip him, you absolutely can. So if you
Oh yeah, sure. That's a good idea.
great, make an attack.
17.
17's enough. So as he stumbles out into the light, Bethany wraps her chain around his foot and pulls it, and he flies back onto his back into the center of the Hunger of Hadar
Yes.
vortex. And now the three devils arrive. Two of them descend on you, Kit. But Briggleby,
Brickenbrack.
is holding his back.
Okay.
You know, he's sort of loitering by the fire as the other two charge at you, Kit. One of them attacks with his glaive twice and rolls an 11 and an 8. I assume both of those miss.
Miss.
And then, however, as he's gotten close to you and leans in, the snakes in his beard all rear up and stab at and like lunge forward to bite you. And they roll a 23.
Hit.
That's a hit.
Yep, so you take a d8 plus 2 damage, but also make a constitution save for me.
Cocked. It's a 15.
Yeah, you got it.
Great.
Plus 5, 20.
You just take 3 hit points of damage.
I'll
Three.
take. And do I get? Is that half points to the rage?
The bite...
Is that piercing damage?
yes, it is.
Okay.
So the bite burns. However, you get the sense that your constitution is overcoming it, but you realize that their chins bite poison.
Okay.
Did you know that the sphere counts as difficult terrain? Did you factor that into your thing?
Yeah, he can move
Okay.
30 feet. So,
Okay, cool.
and now it is because I still made him do a dexterity save to get out of the tent.
Right, yeah, cool.
You two, and then now is Kit. Kit is up.
Yeah. Okay.
Why
So I'm
can't I
gonna
talk today?
get my.
Am I?
Doing great.
This is
Oh,
It's
regular.
a beautiful
This is the
language.
regular,
Thank you,
yeah.
Mike. Okay.
Ugh.
So I'm gonna go with my double-bladed scimitar. That's
You
a.
attacking.
The two guys who've come
cool.
up for me.
Yeah.
So that's
I get
a
an extra attack.
10 and
Yeah,
a
that was your reaction attack, which is this one.
a 10 and a 14.
10 and a 14. The 14 hits.
So that's 2d4 plus 3, so that's 5, 8, and then I'm going to take a bonus action and attack again. So that's a 13.
A 13 doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit. Is it 13 plus 6 on?
No, yeah, you're 19. It does
Yep.
hit.
19. 19, but it's only 2d4 damage.
That's D6s. The triangles are the
D4,
fours.
sorry. It's a 5.
So 13 points of damage. Okay, only half of it affects him because you realize that these non-magical weapons, they're not silver.
We gotta get some magic weapons, kids.
I guess it's not silver.
Okay, then it's so the devil sort of grins and leans into your scimitar as the blade pushes into his shoulder, and he doesn't seem to care. Next up,
Alex has a thinking face when she's looking up things on the D&D Beyond, which is this.
Derp.
Derp.
we're trying. This is a new thing for us, by the way. We're doing the D&D Beyond.
Doing my best.
We're
It's very
doing
confusing
We're doing
having
the
all
app
these things.
live. This is the first time we've ever done this.
Yeah.
Live app.
Live app.
I'm still looking at the
If
piece
you're
of
just
paper
joining
for
us,
information.
welcome to our misadventures in Avernus. We're the Dragon Friends, 5 Australian comedians playing Dungeons and Dragons for you on this twitch.tv/D&D.
Hello to Jordan Rascopoulos has joined us in the chat. And she
Hi,
says
Jordan.
that
Hi,
Dave,
Jordy.
she's found the sword you were after and that she's cleaned the fingerprints off it.
All the bloody
Hey!
fingerprints are off
All
the sword
good.
now.
I'm getting a bloody sword. That's exciting.
So far this episode, the Beef Babes have come into a camp of bearded devils and they've
Just decided to bloody start attacking them.
decided to attack the chief
I
of that camp.
think they're going to all be overrun and die, but that's just me.
You need to add two plus twos on the 2 hits because I'm still in a rage.
Yeah, very good.
Aha.
Thank you very much.
4
So
damage.
after Kit, is it back to Rubber Gunt?
No,
do
it's
I-
Friezo, because
does
Friezo had
Bushu
delayed
get a
his
go?
action.
Oh, right. Okay, so what Friezo's going to do is, so that's going to last up to a minute.
Yep.
So
And he's
that's-
now on his back.
Yeah,
In the-
inside it. So now Friezo's going to cast a Witch Bolt at him.
Now, does Hunger of Hadar require concentration?
Oh, shit. Okay.
Ooh, check that up on the D&D Beyond app. Beyond app. app.
VSM.
No, that's just, that's,
It would
Doesn't
be,
say anything about concentration.
then it doesn't.
give us the tiny book.
Yep, C. See the C? It's a concentration spell.
Oh, sorry.
You can't cast
I've got
another
to keep
spell.
the Hunger of Hadar going.
You can only cast one concentration spell.
Can I do a different attack while I'm doing a
Yeah.
concentration?
Just can't do a concentration spell.
How far in? Are his feet at the doorway to the tent?
One of his feet is wrapped in the chains that Bethany is holding.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so he's falling backwards.
And yeah,
Great.
his feet are in the entrance of the tent.
So I'm going to try and kneecap him with a sword, with a long sword.
Oh, because he's got your hex blade.
Yeah.
All right, you're going to attack his legs. You get an advantage for that.
Just chop his leg.
So he's lying down.
And I'm going to try and kneecap him.
Very cool.
No, wait. Well, before you do it,
Oh, hang on.
I'll give you a normal attack with advantage, or you can give up your advantage to try and kneecap him, as you say.
Ooh, what's his armor class?
13.
Yeah. Dip in the bag. Let's try and kneecap this guy. Oops, sorry. 3.
You've really taken your new philosophy to life
bag.
is dip in the bag. Isn't
3 plus.
In the bag.
No, it didn't hit.
Okay. So Friezo tries to line up
11 is what I
a
got.
kneecap, and however, unfortunately, misses. And now Rubber Gunt tries to get to his feet,
Oop, 2d6 damage. Takes 6 and 6. That's 12 damage.
which becomes
Yahtzee.
6, but still, he's getting more and more hurt as he tries to drag himself out again. As he gets up, Friezo, you can take an attack,
Of
a reaction.
opportunity?
Yep.
Can I try and kneecap him again?
No. Oh, yeah, for disadvantage this time.
Okay. I've rolled so many bad ones. I've got to roll good ones eventually.
Yeah.
8 plus 8 is 16.
He howls in pain as Friezo's hexblade connects with his
bad
kneecap.
knee.
There is a sickening crunch of bone on sand, and he falls down onto one knee. You've halved his speed from now on.
He's
although it
only
doesn't-
got one knee.
And he screams in pain. That takes up his most.
Where's my money?
Oh my god!
It's very loud in this
Wow,
room.
wow.
I don't think that Shaq's levels for your microphone was set for that,
Sorry,
but
Shaq. Sorry.
she is wearing headphones.
Sorry, Shaq.
As presumably some of the audience is.
Yeah. Most.
Give me my money!
What money are you even talking about?
That's what you say when you kneecap
What
someone.
happened to you in high school, man?
That's what you say when you
Someone
kneecap
took his knees.
someone.
Oh.
You ever seen Hing walk?
Hing,
Very straight-legged.
F in the chat if you think when you kneecap someone you ask them where your money is.
Hing take 8 points of damage.
I take 8 points of damage.
Me?
I take
the hero?
Michael Hing.
Me personally, Michael Hing.
well, I'm back to 1 now. I hope you're happy, Dave. Hope you're happy about that.
Why have you taken so much damage?
I don't know.
Because he's fighting the boss.
Yeah, right.
Bushu.
Oh, and we haven't healed.
Did he get out of the muck?
No, he didn't.
Dave, Bushu is going to
8 acid damage.
Becomes acid damage, do you say?
Yep.
Oh, that works. That does full damage. Okay, great.
Also, he's still blinded.
Yeah. So the first, just so you know, the second part of your spell does full damage. First part of your spell does half damage.
What? Does he not have disadvantage attack me while he's blinded, or I was kneecapping?
I
him,
did it with
so-
disadvantage. He did 3 attacks. 2 of them missed.
Derv.
Absolutely bullshit.
Durfid.
Dervid.
Yeah.
Exquisma, Dervid.
I didn't expect you guys to just attack the quest NPC.
Not what was planned. Bushu is going to use his acid splash cantrip on the door of the infernal war engine. on
Okay,
the lock.
make an attack.
Well, it's a saving throw thing.
Yeah, no, so
So
you...
just do damage.
It's
Yeah,
an
nah,
automatic
I'm
hit,
dead.
but there is a damage threshold you need to overcome to deal damage.
So I need to roll a dice.
Yeah, so how much damage does it do?
It does 2d6 plus 3.
Exactly. So like I say, you know,
So 9 plus 3 is 12 damage.
is that how much it did?
Yes.
Okay, it half rusts through.
Half ruster. Okay, so next round I can open the door.
Yes. That's your go, however. Make a stealth check to see if you remain hidden.
Am I stealthy?
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
And one of the devils that has been walking up suddenly notices you and starts stalking towards the car.
no.
What the devil?
Bushu, you're trapped against it, and Bethany, you're up next.
I'm going to attack Rubber Gunt.
Mm-hmm.
So is he lying down in front of me? Or
He's lying in pain. There's shards of his kneecap on the sand near you. There's
So kneecapping him broke the skin as well.
Prone and boned.
I mean, when you said kneecap with a sword, what I assumed you did is that you basically did an axe chop right onto his kneecap.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's exactly
Yeah.
the cool thing that I
Metal.
intended.
So he's also partially tied up in your chains,
Yeah.
and one of his arms is tangled in a black tentacle coming out of the portal of Hadar.
This is metal.
Yeah, and if there's a tentacle, so
I'm
Frieza
gonna
gets
kneel
really
down. I'm
horny.
gonna kneel on his chest.
Yep.
And slit his throat.
With what?
My
Okay.
dagger.
You got to get
He's-
in and get out because you can't be stuck in the
tentacles.
gunk.
I thought he was half out.
Don't.
But his
get
neck, his head
stuck
is in. His head is
That's
in.
all right.
and
You
his
can
feet
slip
are out.
and get out.
Yeah, slitting out.
Okay, you gonna try?
Yeah.
Okay, in the tentacles means you're not
And I
gonna
get
get
2
advantage.
attacks.
Yeah, so you can try. Now you're gonna have to do a post strength against him. He's gonna be able to defend himself against this, so you get to try it twice.
Yeah.
Because this is essentially you're grappling with a knife. If you can get through the strength of it, I will let you.
Is it? Just
Strength is +3.
It's
Oh,
3.
here. Okay, ready?
16.
20.
All right.
7 + 3.
Not-
And yeah.
Winner,
17
winner,
plus
Okay,
chicken dinner.
That's an instant crit against him with the knife. Try it one more time because you're going to try and stab him twice in the neck. 21.
12.
Okay, great. So you stab him once and you manage to do instant crit damage. So you do 14 points of damage against him. And he roars in pain, and now he looks very close to dead. You then move to stab him again, Bethany, and he manages to grab your hand, and he twists it. Now make for me a strength saving.
Oh, yowie power. Oh, no. I got an 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
And he forces you to drop the dagger. Was that a silver dagger or a normal dagger?
I looked it up and it's just regular.
Okay, so
Unfortunately.
the dagger drops to the ground, and now you are inside the tentacles.
Ah! What happens?
Uh-oh.
So you need to.
Do I just-
So you'll take 2 d6 damage because the end of your turn.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's 5.
5. That's fine. I can hack that.
And one of the tentacles slithers its around your leg as well, Bethany. And now the devil approaching you, Bushu, attacks, hits you once.
Don't I get to do a thing?
You did do a thing. You cast a cantrip
No, but
against
I want to do a thing before he does it.
a reaction.
Yes.
No, you
Okay.
don't get
You
a
have to do a
reaction.
reaction before he does something.
Yeah.
You don't get a reaction because he's.
Yeah.
There's no. Yeah.
Word
yeah.
reaction.
It's called a pre-action.
All right. You take 8 points of damage,
Ugh.
and his beard goes at you, but misses. Luckily. Meanwhile, the 2 of them are attacking you, Kit, and you're
Yep.
getting close to being overwhelmed. This one of them attacks you and hits you twice for 8 plus 9, 17 points of piercing damage.
What happens if you half an uneven number?
Round down.
Okay.
Round her down. Round her
And-
downer.
Then their beards attack. So that was one of them. Only one.
Wait, they
Okay.
have rude
What's your
beards?
armor class?
16.
Okay, you're very lucky. The other one completely misses with his halberd, and then their beards attack you, and the beards miss as well.
Okay, great.
Yeah, you could have died in that round, but you actually managed to fight them both off with
Evil
your scimitars.
beard.
Okay.
Now, Kit, it is your go.
Now, is that still in the up close kind of?
They're both right in your face.
Okay, so I'm going to take my silver dagger and 2 attacks. I'm going to give one of them give him a stab each. So that's a 19 plus
That hit. 19 hits.
19 hits and 7 plus 6. That's a 13.
13 doesn't.
Doesn't
One
hit.
hits.
Okay, so 1 hits. That's a 1d4 plus 3. Oops, that's a 4 plus
Maximum damage?
3 plus 2.
Okay, the wound smokes, and the one that was stabbed looks suddenly panicked. Now make an intimidation check for me.
That's a 19 plus.
And he backs
Four.
off towards Brick and Brack, so now you're just fighting one of them.
Okay, cool.
The next up is Frieza.
Just so everyone in the chat is apparently talking about American imperialism, which certainly I appreciate that you're thinking about these big geopolitical ideas, but mostly this podcast is about cum. So, you know.
Sorry, Greg.
Sorry, Greg.
Greg.
Sorry, Greg.
Sorry, Greg.
But, you know, very cool. Very cool.
What happened? Did we bring that up?
I don't know. I just saw that people were talking about various places the US has invaded, and I was like, how is that?
Yeah.
Okay, so Friezo is going to, as a bonus action, cast Hexblade's Curse on your mate, Rubber Gunt.
My mate.
Well, I don't know. Dave's the enemy, is my
Enemy.
Against the cursed target, you gain +3 to damage rolls, score a critical hit on a roll of 19 20, and regain 10 hit points if it dies.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do. I guess this is longsword +1 is what we're going.
Oh,
to
he's
do.
got a magic weapon. Mr. Hinge has a magic weapon.
Yeah, or +8. It
Mr.
says
Frizz
longsword
officer.
+1 is +8. I see. So that's a 4 + 8 is
Not enough.
not enough.
They have to call.
Oh wait, no, I get advantage, don't I? Because he's on his back.
Yeah.
Come on, 19.
Okay, 19 will
That's a
hit.
crit.
All right.
Bada, 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 boom,
1d8
bum,
plus
bum.
5.
Is that a crit?
19, a crit on 19 or 20.
Oh, cool, yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
So that is a 4 + 5 slashing damage is 9 damage.
9 slashing damage. The crit means that it does full damage, and he is now almost dead. And Rubbergunt looks up at you all and spits on the ground as he sort of tries to drag himself out of the tentacles.
6 more damage.
6 more damage.
So
Yep.
3 damage, I guess.
All right, cool. And as but he does pull himself free this time, and he pulls out from a small pouch a figurine of a fly.
Oh, nuts.
And he crumples it in his hand and slams it on the ground. And there is a huge magical pulse as a huge
Big magic fart.
chasme, which is a kind of demonic fly about the size of a horse, explodes
Oh.
out of the miniature. And he grabs onto it with one hand, roaring at you all, and he says, "You haven't heard the last of me!" Kicks it in the back, and it flies off into the air.
Oh, who gave him that present?
Well, at that point, we had not formulated a plan.
Now you all have reactions, actually, because he's going to pass you.
I'm gonna fling my silver
Dagger?
at him.
Just throw it away.
All right.
Just throw. You already got rid of
Wait,
your
everyone's
javelin.
saying something I can do with a hexblade. What's that? What are you talking about? What's a
If
hexblade?
he was Hexblade,
They're asking about the ability you used.
Oh,
yeah.
yes, yes.
Hexblade's
Yeah.
curse. 9 plus what?
Oh, plus
Dagger, you're
plus
you're
6.
proficient.
plus
so
6.
what if?
That's 15.
15 hits. Roll for
Okay.
damage.
D4 plus 3.
1 plus 3 plus 2 is 6.
6.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you haven't heard the last of me, Rubber Gunt, as he says, and jumps onto the fly and kicks it in the thorax as it sputters up and flies up. As he flies over Kit, who looks emanating a rage you have not seen
White
Kit
hot
before.
fury.
And as he flies over Kit's head, Kit spins past and only half looking to the side, throws a silver dagger that goes clunk into the back of Rubbergunt's neck, and then the fly sputters as his body falls off it, and the fly flies up into the air as crunch. He goes down, and a huge dust cloud appears behind Kit, who is still not looking at the dust cloud.
Does he die?
Cool guys don't look backwards.
Does he die?
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah.
Boom,
10 more hit
boom,
points.
boom.
Boom,
Great
boom,
work. Dave,
Wait, but Simon killed him.
I mean-
Killed him.
Yeah, Simon killed him.
No, as long as he dies.
We all killed
What's
him.
going to happen?
Oh, I didn't know. Cool.
And I believe I get a tasty little treat.
A dip in the bag.
in the bag.
Dip it
No,
back.
as in I
Dip
get
it
a.
back.
Don't I get him to have him as my little guy now?
I thought you have to kill them.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. I get the hit points if they die. I get
Okay.
the
Yeah.
essence if I kill.
Unfortunately, this is Kit's kill.
Okay.
And at that moment,
Great
all
work, Kit.
of the devils look uncertainly, trying to, and they're starting to look at Graben Stack. Oh my God, what is his name?
Bric-a-brac.
Brickenbrack, who looks at you and he says, "Well, it seems, my friends, that you have done what I asked."
Kit walks over to the pile of goo and picks up the belt and says, "Gentlemen, start scraping up this ichor. We're gonna need it."
Okay, Brickenbrack realizes what you're doing, but you're much closer than anyone else. So with disadvantage, as you walk towards it, he lunges at the belt. Make for me quickly a dexterity check.
Well, it's an 18 plus 2, 20.
6 plus 2, 8. You grab the belt just before he does.
I said to him,
And as it is filled with infernal runes
Yeah.
that you can't read.
yeah. Okay.
Can I?
Yes,
I
Infernal?
speak infernal.
you can, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say to him, Brickenbrack, I have no interest in holding you in my stead. I'm not a slaver. But let's just call this a little bit. I've forgotten the word.
A little bit.
Oh no!
This,
All of the devils are watching the scene.
now, one could say many things on an occasion such as this, but let's just say, let me keep this as a little something that I like to call a thing that I've got up my sleeve in case danger comes. Maybe something for a rainy day.
Do you mean insurance?
Let's just say I'm holding a little bit of insurance. Not the original word I was thinking of, but
ooh.
any port in the storm. Yes, freeze.
Did you mean collateral?
No, I did not mean collateral.
Brickenbrack looks and says, "Well, it seems you have us at a disadvantage. What if you are not going to hold us to our marks? Then why not just give us the belt? We can reward you for it."
Before I give you the belt, I would like the starter engine put back into the Magpie's car, and let's say, as I said, scoop up this Ica and have it sent over there.
He's a devil, not an Ica. So Ica, he won't have Ica, unfortunately.
Right. Well, I will keep it as a trophy. Scrape it up nonetheless.
Ooh, soup sack.
Bits of burn shard. All right. Brickenbrack looks and he orders the imps. He was obviously the second in command. Two of them run over to the buggy and they start pulling out the engine as one of the Kenku comes up to you.
Oh yeah, what's he talking like this? It's like, oh look, you've done us a good turn, cat. And I don't normally like cats, so I'm not afraid to tell you. But look,
And as he does it, the other Kenku is looking and sizing up the warhammer, and he grabs the warhammer from the ground that he had dropped, and he slings it over his shoulder, keeping a respectful distance.
look,
I should've got it.
if you show up, follow us to Mad Moira's camp at
Mad Moira?
What? Oh yeah, our mum's Mad Moira, didn't we tell you?
Oh,
No, we didn't tell them, Eden.
No, we didn't tell them. Oh, well, that's her name.
We were keeping that.
Oh, were we?
yeah, it's cool.
Well,
Mad Moira?
it's snuck out now.
Does she also like nests and big juicy worms?
Yeah, and Big Juicy Worm's gonna go home and get some worms.
Yeah, look, what my brother's trying to tell you is we're gonna head off now. But you ever find yourself Fort Knucklebone? The Magpie brothers owe you a favor.
I believe. So, wait, we got to go to Fort Knucklebone to meet your mother?
You know, you can go wherever your heart sets to you, my friend.
No, but where?
But if you come to Fort Knucklebone, you look us up.
and you'll introduce me to your mother who can lift this curse.
Yeah, absolutely. That's
I reckon.
Yeah.
I believe we might ride in convoy. I said to Brickenbrack, we will take a mode of transport to convey us.
Brickenbrack looks at you and he's like, "What? We live or die by these vehicles. What exactly were you thinking of taking?"
Well,
So there is the bus, the Scrabbleback.
Yeah.
There is the little war buggy, which is called Dune Maggot, which was the personal one of Rubbergunt. And then there are about 10 of these motorbikes.
Can we make one?
I'm sorry, what?
Can we make one? Can you make a big one, like a transformer?
Are you okay?
I think,
so
what could I take?
What you are asking me
Look.
is, can you combine them all together into a robot that operates not just as a car but also as a giant robot?
Yeah,
Dinobots?
That's what he said.
Yeah?
Yeah, Dinobots never came together. They were separate.
What could we take that would not like put them out the
Construct
lease,
arms.
but get
Yes,
all of us?
yeah.
to
Don't we
go?
wanna get
Would
them
it
all-
be like 2 bikes, maybe?
Yeah, 2 bucks.
2 bikes. Okay.
Bethany, sorry, what?
Bethany, like we just freed all these people. Like they owe us big time.
Yeah.
We want to join the Great Muster. We want to get to heaven.
2 bikes.
2 bikes? We should take everything.
We are freeing these people. We are not leaving them to die in the desert. We will double up, 2 per bike, and they will double up, 2 per bike. That seems like a fair trade for your lives.
How do devils feel about not having a master anymore, Dave?
Well, they do have a master. Devils.
Brickenbrack, right?
No. Right now it's you. You're holding their marks.
Right, okay.
So you aren't sure exactly. Infernal contracts are very tricky things, and they are incredibly hard to break, but they also have strange clauses and escape clauses. You can't read the contract that you're holding, but you realize that Brickenbrack is taking it very seriously.
Yeah. I'm looking to make
Look,
at least not an enemy. If not an ally, at least not an enemy.
He's
Boucher?
Brickenbrack.
Oh yeah.
Brickenbrack's like, listen, there's so many eyes and ears around. Come, let's negotiate. you have no need for all these souls and contracts, and perhaps I can offer you something advantageous to you. Here, come, let's sit.
The tiefling. You say you want to go to heaven? You're not from around here, are you?
In ways, I am.
Your armor suggests to me of one that served with the paladins. Am I wrong?
There was a time an old version of me did. Now I want to become a paladin of revenge.
Oh, shit.
There are those that have
What?
abandoned their oaths, that make lives for themselves here. There is a citadel not 2 days' ride from here where some of them muster. If you wish, and if you give me those marks, we will take you there, where perhaps you will find more of your kind.
Will you not just enslave these people again if you have their marks, just as you have been enslaved?
You are not from this land. You serve or you die. I will keep the Doom Riders together, and I will keep us alive.
We will.
You can make if you want an insight check. You don't need to take his word for it.
Sure. I got a 9.
It's hard to tell. You're very far from home. It's correct. He seems to be holding stuff back, but it also seems to be talking in broad truths about this world.
Okay. Bethany is gonna.
Slit his fucking throat. Kill him.
She's gonna cast her thaumaturgy. Is that how you say it?
Thaumaturgy, yeah.
Thaumaturgy.
Oh.
And she's going to make her voice boom.
Yep.
And would that be scary to him?
It would be, but also more importantly, it would mean that all the devils and imps in the camp could hear what you're going to say next. if you want.
Also, Dave,
And you
does
get one word.
does Bethany's magic work?
Yeah, because it's my tiefling stuff, dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
all right. I was
Stuff
just
yourself.
asking. I'm just
Yeah.
asking.
No.
Yeah, you're the enemy.
I'm
Just
not
to be
the
clear.
I know. Ah, I've been cancelled.
Yeah, just to be
Cancelled by my
clear,
own party.
If anything, your Zariel tiefling abilities are working stronger here.
Okay,
Yes, that's what I
thaumaturgy.
do. I make my voice boom really loud, and I
All the devils can hear you.
Yeah.
All the devils in hell. Well,
Oh.
no.
All the ones in the
all the
camp.
devils present.
All right, and I say, in my boomiest voice,
Shut.
lay your eyes on your emancipators, riders of doom.
Ooh. Game of Thrones shit going on here.
Yeah, and I say, everyone, draw a B on your chests, and to draw blood. And remember that as a blood oath that you owe us, and you will come to our aid when in need, just how we freed you.
And we will say to you as we see you approach, "Hello, bees."
You're doing something very interesting in Avernus. So as the magic of your voice booms across, you offer something and you demand something in exchange. And using an ancient magic of hell, as you say it, the words sing out into the sort of the camp, and then they become manifest in the air.
Oh, hell yeah!
And-
Typo shit!
And they form themselves into in the air. They hang heavy, and then they become a sheet of what looks like tin, and it falls with a thump as the magic creates a contract.
Oh, sick.
So, as a union representative, there's been a change in management, so we need you to sign all new contracts. The other ones are the other contracts null and void?
Well, this is the thing. So
Yes, right.
Brickenbrack, I hate that name.
Yes, Brickenbrack.
Brickenbrack looks at you, and he walks over, and he tables out a small knife as he walks straight up to you, and he carves. Did you say a symbol of a bee?
A B for the beef babes.
Oh, the letter B.
Yeah, not an animal, the bee.
I thought a little bee.
No,
No,
a bit.
we-
Well,
the
you know what?
bee, babe.
Unfortunately,
It works both ways.
this is a vocal oath. So he draws what he understood, which was a picture of a small bee,
All right, okay,
That's pretty
fine.
cool.
and
That's cool,
With
yeah,
a little
that is
stinger.
cool.
And as he does, there's a and an infernal rune is imprinted on this sheet of tin. And the others all do the same. And as they do it, every time one of the devils does it, the chain of marks in your hand get hotter and hotter and hotter until you are forced to drop them when they melt down instantly into a rivulet of metal that rolls down the dune towards the sheath of tin, and as it contacts, the tin grows larger, snaps into a roll, and then is bound by a heavy chain. And Brickenbrack picks it up and throws it onto the buggy, and he says, "Such it is decreed, such is our oath." And there's this, and all of the other devils roar, and he says, "We ride for the muster! Fill up the engines! We're off, boys!" And she looks at you, and he says, "Until your word is called." And as the sun slowly sets over the dunes, a great decampment is occurring as those veterans of the Screaming Way, the Riders of Doom, once more head off to the muster, now without their boss, now without a leader, and with a new leader that has sworn an oath that will one day come a reckoning, for devils too must follow the rules of man when contracts are made. How will the Dragon Friends find a way to a home? Who cares about the Dragon Friends? Fuck those guys. The Beef Babes are the ones I'm talking about. How will they do
Yeah.
it? Double phrase question, what of a bee? Is that the sigil now? For answers to questions such as this, tune in to the next episode of Dragon Friends!
Hello.
Big
When
Bang.
hell freezes
Well, guys, that's some Dungeons and Dragons.
Wow, we really did it. Really doing the game.
Dungeons and Dragons.
And none of the devils had to suck themselves off.
I know.
So I think
It's called growing up,
Yeah.
guys.
So if anyone was here to watch a bunch of devils suck themselves off, go find another channel because we're
Or
Dungeons and Dragons, and no one is going to be sucking themselves off on this channel.
Yeah,
Until
go back
next
to the
week.
Dragon Friends channel
Yeah, that-
and subscribe.
yep.
So is that? I'm not sure if it was clear because I was kind of like losing it in the spiel at the end. The Riders of Doom now once because of the language of
One
infernal
time.
contracts.
Will suck themselves off.
No,
Ow.
that was not in the contract.
never-
I believe
mentioned.
that is called in fantasy a Gandalf. That is like a one you can
A
you know,
one-time-
look,
Yeah.
look to the west on the third day when you need them, and they'll be there for you.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
that's right. Yeah, the Riders of Doom, baby.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now, also, they
Someone-
left their battle
it's
wagon
called
behind
making
because it
friends in
didn't have a
hell.
starter engine.
They would,
Well, we didn't. Did we
Or
get
did they
the starter
throw it?
engine?
no, you're 100% right. So there is a
There are 2 bikes and a battle wagon without a starter.
without a starter engine,
Yeah.
and there is the Kenku's are leaving.
Or
at the
they-
same
Oh,
time.
before. Well, okay. I wanted to
No,
do
no.
something. I wanted to cut off one of the snakes from Thingo's beard,
You didn't have time.
and
Then
then,
it's a
and,
good-
well, while this was all going on, all
Oh,
the yapping about.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Bit of
was-
yap,
was
yap, yap.
gonna cut
Okay,
off-
so Bethany is giving a huge inspiring speech. Meanwhile,
Friezo's over the corpse of Thingo, looting it. So whatever good shit I get, he's also going to cut off one of the snakes and give it to one of give it to the Kenku and be like, "Your worm you were promised."
Oh.
Oh.
And then Frieza's going to eat it and then spit it into the Kenku's mouth because
Oh.
that's what birds like.
Just
Oh,
like
that's what
Mama
birds
used to
like.
make.
Yeah.
They're poisonous.
Ah.
Huh?
They're poisonous.
yeah, make me a Constitution save.
Why do you have to do this as like a postscript and fucking poison yourself?
You got 1 hit point left. You dead set.
You're poisoned.
Friezo dies.
Plus 1 is 9.
Yeah, you need DC 12. All right.
How many hit points you got?
No, so you're
Why'd
gonna lose
you
every
eat
6
it?
seconds. The game was over, and now every 6 seconds you lose 1d10 hit points. Until you die or receive magical healing.
Cool.
Down,
I
deep.
stabbed myself in the chest.
yeah. Yeah. Bushu also jumps off the nearest cliff.
Fuck, it's like a
Deep
ding
under a
dong.
setting sun on a plane that does not end.
This is bullshit.
Where devils and humans alike find names for themselves and contracts are made to be made and broken. The Dragon Friends are poisoned, stabbed, idiots, and I hope that they fucking die. Tune into the next episode.
Oh, that's
It ended so well just like 5 minutes ago.
I know.
Good. Good morning if you're tuning in.
I'm not
America.
we're not gonna use this for the podcast. I think you're gonna have to explain to everyone what happened when we stopped rolling at the start of next week.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Righty ho then.
So, sorry, Greg.
Sorry,
Thanks,
Greg.
everybody.
Not a sorry,
that was
Greg.
nice.
We have a little bit of time if anyone has any questions
Yeah.
at all. Hit us
Yeah,
up.
yeah. Ask
Hit
us
us-
a question.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
go
tuning
on.
in, chat.
Thanks.
the
Glad you
questions on
guys
Twitch.
resolved your geopolitical arguments.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
You're all a bunch of cool dudes
Yeah.
and dudettes.
Questions.
Oh, one
anybody?
thing for anyone that follows these things, just so you know, there's normally an episode of the podcast this week. There won't be. Once a year, we have this we fall out of sync because we do shows in calendar months.
Right.
And the podcast comes out regimented every 14 days. So we're out of sync, so we have to take 1
And
week
you
off.
Gregorians.
Because of loop years. And if you
Sorry, Gregorian.
if you're not a regular face or stream or ear jockey, we're Dragon Friends, and you can find us at the Dragon Friends on everything. We've got 5 seasons of a podcast, and this show will not make any more sense if you watch those, but or do them sock chat. Hey, get involved.
We are printing the bags. And
Yeah,
we'll take them to-
I just got the proofs from our printers today. We are printing up the bag of holding bags. We are doing a first run of 100 bags, and they will be available for the first time ever at PAX Australia this year.
PAX Australia, October 11 to 13 in Melbourne.
That's correct. Also, we could probably mention it. We're going to do, we won't even be posting about it yet, but because you are here, just so you know, we're going to be doing a secret show at PAX, outside of PAX.
Yes, JJ
Um,
Young, Joe Manganello will be on here. He doesn't know it yet, but we
He'll
will
come
trap
back
Oh,
to
him.
Dave's house.
We will trap him.
Yeah.
So make sure that you keep an eye out to our social channels because we'll be announcing it pretty soon, and it will be a small room. I think it's a good chance it'll sell out, and it'll be an opportunity for us to. We'll be doing one show in Melbourne outside PAX.
It'll be super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone asked me.
And we are on the PAX Australia schedule. Coriolis,
Dave?
We are on Sunday at 3.
Sunday, 3 p.m.
3 p.m. Or,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
yeah,
secret show
so-
will not be Twitch.
Someone asked me to give a shout out to their friend Gemma. Is that like a call out? Do I have to call them out?
That's a shout out.
You cancelled Gemma.
Yes, let's be respectful to our streamers, please. If we're not going to be respectful to ourselves, we don't hold you to that. That's fine.
Yeah.
We're a mess.
Oh, a Beef Babes pin.
Ooh.
Oh, and it should be like the Dragon Friends one, but in the opposite direction. But Friezo's on both of them. That wouldn't work at all.
That's kind of nice, though.
No, because of the new one, Banknote will be on the when we do a
new-
new
Oh,
yeah.
Dragon Friends pin.
Oh,
I know,
I
you reckon
love
it's gonna last?
Banknote pin.
Banknote. Dying, hey.
You're dying.
Which
Are you-
Dragon Babies? Is that Beef Babe?
That's our babies. Our actual babies.
Oh,
Um,
of course, yeah.
There was
Well,
some
the
last
jock
about-
of the bunch is Xavier.
Yep. He
Yeah.
Oh, I
wakes
think
up-
Sully.
I know Sully's a pretty big job.
Oh, he's a little
Yeah.
beefer, isn't he?
Yeah, I reckon
I
Sully.
think it goes probably Sully, Xavier, Milo,
Yeah.
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 I reckon Milo on Sully's shoulders in a kind of Master Blaster Beyond
Oh,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
the
situation.
Grinder boys.
Watch
Yeah.
out for those boys.
Yeah, that'd be
Watch
pretty good.
out.
September, yeah.
It is September, so it-
September. Subscribe to
If you
Oh.
subscribe to this channel, but also if you subscribe to our channel, it's
Yeah.
50% off for this month
and
only.
you get sick emotes.
Yeah.
You get those toms.
good words on that channel.
A
Coriolis
big
Dave-
shout out, by the way, as well to all of our Contra sponsors who are so cool. Our favorite Lux Dice or Level Up Dice. Our
Always
favorite-
roll a 20.
Always roll
Roll
a
a
20.
20.
Wormwood Gaming
Whoa.
set us up with these sick dice trays.
Got wood.
Audio Technica.
Audio Technica gave us these microphones.
That's
What
a
a
good
cool
t-shirt.
bunch of people.
Geordie just said, "Can't wait for Dom Semper."
Very good.
Who
Have a
runs-
verse.
You are going to
verse
die,
them.
King lol.
What?
Oh, that's cool.
That's not cool.
Is that me in real life?
Yeah, I think-
Did you drink a? Did you?
I mean, inevitably, all of
Is
us.
there anyone in the
Did you
chat
just
who
potion
this
of
is their
clairvoyance?
first time?
Oh, he's talking for it.
Is there anyone in the chat who this is their first Dragon Friends
Oh, yeah.
show? That's
Yeah,
what I
first
or are
timers.
you all sickos from the DF channel?
What's GF?
DF,
Oh,
Dragon
DF.
Friends
DF.
from out. I want to know if there's any noobs.
Any
Mm.
noobs?
Oh, and I think someone from Toronto, Canada was our first.
Oh, cool.
Oh.
Oh,
Toba.
Sam.
Sam Unleashed 93. Thank you.
Sam, do you listen to the podcast, Sam? That's very cool. You're watching, but we're also interested in people who've never who
We have
don't know
no
anything
idea
about
who
us
we
and are
are.
interested.
Coming to see you guys in November. Cool.
Oh, awesome.
Cool.
Oh, nice.
We
Come
want to
say
go to.
hi.
We want to go to New Zealand. We really want to do a New Zealand show. So
yeah, we
if,
love New
yeah.
Zealand.
if there is a
Unfortunately,
cool venue, which we should definitely do,
Or more importantly, a very good fish and chip shop.
yeah, let us
Oh,
know.
yeah, baby.
Um,
what's-
Now the
Good.
queues
Uh,
for our
power.
ads.
Hail
Yeah.
sicko.
Also, don't join the Dragon Huddle if you like to bully us on Facebook. That's pretty good.
But don't.
Yep.
But
no,
come.
Yeah, no more furry shaming. Thank you, of me in particular. Thank you.
Well, I mean, I'm
Thanks
happy
for
to.
watching, guys.
Yeah.
Come to Brisbane. Oh, wouldn't
Broke.
we love that?
Too evil.
Yeah, we want to go to Brisbane because we could do.
Perth Fringe.
Yeah, I want to swim
Look.
in the beautiful Brisbane River.
There's a venue.
Blop, blop,
Ugh.
blop, blop.
It is 100% a swamp.
Also, America, UK. We really want to get back to. We want to go to UK.
We've never been to the UK. Let's do it.
Would they like us there?
Let's do a tour of charming pubs in rural Ireland.
Oh, that would be nice.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Would
Hey,
be
We're
lovely.
doing a Dungeons and Dragons show in
be
a
so
rural,
good.
Irish pub.
Oh,
United Kingdom, we're not coming there till you sort your fucking country out.
Yeah.
Mess.
You better work out Brexit. That's
get your shit together.
my goodness, what a mess. Thank you very much. We will be back next Thursday. This has been Dragon Friends, where 4 really good friends play Dungeons and Dragons with Michael Hing.
And
See you next week.
Bullshit.
bye.